Good evening, one and all. Hope you're all well. A merry Father's Day to everybody. Merry, Euros Day as far as England are concerned. Many have already gone before us. Has it caught a light? Yeah, I think the first game was a bit of a whop up, wasn't it? In terms of scoreline, that's for sure. But I'm not sure anything has massively grabbed my imagination. Spain looked particularly impressive. But anyway, it's time for England tonight, and I don't know how we're going to do this. We normally do a West Ham build-up show. So, what I thought, we'll keep it as close to West Ham as we possibly can. So, we're going to do the bet. You'll be pleased to know we will have a ridiculously unrealistic bet, which hopefully somebody in the live chat can win some money. You guys are going to have to help me pick and choose the unlikely goal scorers and all the rest of it. Charlie is in the background, beavering away. He's running round on the hamster wheel. He's asking you, how do you feel about the starting lineup? The poll is live now. Go and check the poll out. Vote in that when Charlie comes. It'll be taking us all the way through the watch along. It's basically going to be like old times here. So we're going to nice little build-up show, nice little watch along, and a little chat about what Gareth Southgate's got up his sleeve. Now, I'll tell you the team now. It's already been out. It was announced half an hour ago. So there's no secrets there. He's gone for Pickford in goal. He's gone for the first of many right backs, which is Walker is right back. Stones at centre back with Gahey. Trippier, who's another right back, actually playing at left back. We have got a central defensive midfielder, albeit an Irish one, in Declan Rice, who's playing in central defensive midfield. Next to him, we've got another right back in Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then we got no more right backs. That's it as far as the right backs concerned. We've got Saka, Bellingham, Foden, and Harold Kane up front. Look, I think it's a good team. I really like Trent Alexander-Arnold. It has to be said, and I've never really thought of him much as a right back. And I've always thought if I was in charge of whatever, I'd move him into midfield. He looks like a midfield to me. Really great range of passing. I think he's wasted there. Plus, he's crap at defending. He's all right. He's all right at defending. He's not great. I think he might do okay in his position. In fact, no, I'll go further than that. I think he could do very, very well. So I don't mind. Whilst I'm not the biggest fan of Gareth Southgate. He does concern me, does worry me. I think he's a little bit too cautious, and there are a number of other things as well which worry me about Gareth Southgate. This isn't one of them. I'm far more concerned actually with the right back being played at left back than I am with the right back being played in central midfield. To just feel that we don't have that balance. Every time he does it, you see a Trippier there be running down that left wing. And he'll cut in on his right foot. And I just think it kills the momentum of the attack. Right, before I go any further, listen, hello everybody, by the way. Hello everyone in the chat. Nice to see you. Nice to see you nice. Thought we'd have to wait, didn't we, until the start of the season. But no. We're going to take you through the Euros here on Hammers Chat. We're certainly going to do that. I've got a Chinese myself. Chinese food for the Euros. Probably should have got some European food. Probably should have got a pizza or something like that. No, hey, should have got fish and chips. But there you go. So I've got that. I'm going to sit down and watch the game. Charlie's going to take you through the watch along. But what I do want to please entice you to do is today's sponsor of this video is Match Bingo. The reason I'm telling you now is I want you to basically get your bingo card for today's game now. Match Bingo. The link is in the description below. And I'm just going to, they've been great. Really, really great to work with. It's a great game. It is a betting app, so it's 18 years and above. It's very, very low stakes. So the stake for today's game is £2. £2 to be entered into today's game. You get a bingo card with a load of incidents, 15 different incidents that could happen in this game today. Could be a throw-in, could be anything. Could be a card, could be a free kick, could be honestly a missed shot, hitting the post, any number of things. You feel like your bingo card basically, and you win some money. Loads of people have won money. Loads and loads of people have won money. I mean, over 50 people of you guys who watch Hammers Chat have won money on Match Bingo. Links in the description below. Please use that to download it and go and get your bingo card now. £2. It will say on it, confirm purchase. That's all you do. There's also free-to-play games on it. We'll deal with that another time. Charlie will take you through that. And if we have a Hammers Chat winner during the game, Charlie will certainly let you know as well. Right then. We'll do a bet in a minute. We'll do a little bet in a minute. I'm just going to read out a couple of comments now, see what a few of you are saying about some of this. Are you as worried about as me with Gareth Southgate? Hello, Sketch. Hope you're doing well, mate. Nice guitar. He is a musical man, is Sketch, by the way. Let's see. So we've got Stephen Russell says, "Come on, Serbia." Now, I'll tell you what. If we've got it, Charlie, we could put up the opposition team up there. I think he was quick then. He knew he was going to do it. My goodness, I've got to try and read this out, haven't I? Rakovic, Welkovic. Have I got it right? Welkovic, Milinkovic, Pavlovic, Zivkovic, Milinkovic, Savic. We know him. Gudic, is that right? No, probably got that wrong. Lukic, Kostic, we know all about him. Blahovic and Mitrovic. They're obviously going with are they going with two up front? You people know more about this sort of stuff than I would, but they're very much two out and out forwards, aren't they? They got up front there. They're certainly you got to have to watch them because actually they're going to be really, really good at the air. And what with Kostic there, he's got a wicked delivery. We tried to sign him ourselves. David Moyes tried to sign him, so I think we'll have to watch out for them. But England have got to win this game. Absolutely got to win this game. Let's read out a couple of comments before I'll give you a few more of my thoughts. Loved you. Trippier reminds you of Ben Rama. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be. Do you know what the thing is? Trippier, exactly that. But you'll find the whole thing is going to be so similar, Jay, with I think David Moyes and Gareth Southgate. But is it just me? Has anyone else noticed? By the way, can I just say this? David Moyes. He's like a man released, isn't he? He's like a man released of the burden, released of the shackles, the weight that's hung heavy on his shoulders of managing West Ham. He did cut a very, very unhappy figure towards the end. He was down, he was glum, he was miserable. He really does. There is a man that looks like he looks happier. He really does. He's telling funny stories. He's laughing. He's giggling. He's having a good old time. It's good to see him like that. I think it's done him a massive, massive favour. And I am quite sure that by the time he's finished all this, goes on holiday with the missus, does his stuff, he'll be ready for another game. Right, another job. Okay, what have we got here? FPL Predator. Gonzo, I bet you are a proper loser. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but I'll tell you what, hopefully there's going to be a proper winner in our bet today, and our bet is going to be compiled by you guys. Before we do that, it's the last chance saloon for Gareth Southgate. There's absolutely no doubt about this at all. In fact, Gareth Southgate himself has even said, if I don't win this, this is likely to be my last tournament. I think at this level, there's so many squads here with excellent players, loads of talent. And yeah, okay, France have probably got the most talented squad, but England have got a talented squad. Not so great in defence, but a very, very talented squad. Loads of attackers. You've all seen Spain the other day. Look at Germany. Germany are absolutely magnificent as well. Italy have obviously got good players. I think when it comes down to this sort of level, then you are down to a situation whereby small margins going to make the difference. And if everyone's got basically a bunch of really talented players, I mean everyone, but like the nations I've just mentioned, then it surely comes down to the tactics of the coach. So a coach is a big deal, a big deal. You've got to assume that all the players are tactically proficient. They're probably technically very, very good for them to be international players, particularly in the top nations. So it's that little trick, that little bit of something special from the manager can often change a game. And I can't quite shift my mind with Southgate that I don't think he'd get a job at a top club. He's not got the managerial pedigree. I think, Southgate did really, really well when he was FA technical director, and that's why he finds himself in the job now. I think England can win it, but I'll be lying if I said I was confident. We certainly got the team, we got the squad too, we got the players. And you know what? Looking at some of the players we got there, I mean, look at what just the last few names that I just read off there, which was Rice, Alexander-Arnold, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, Kane. Excellent players. They really are absolutely brilliant players. And there's some fantastic ones on the bench. There really are. And I'm excited about it. But my biggest concern, because someone get rid of this. Have we got anyone in the chat? Brilliant. Thank you. My biggest concern is the manager rather than the players. Jay, give us a flash, Gonzo. There you go. As good as you're going to get, Jay. That is as good as you're going to get. Feel sorry for the old FPL Predator. You can't just join this. You have to create a new email account. Then you have to wait to be registered. You can't post until you've been registered for 10 minutes. There's a lot of work. A lot of work. That's some dedicated keyboard warrior in. He's put all the stuff in. He's waited. He's bided his time. He's shown patience. And in his moment of glory, he misspells his first post. So you've got to have a level of sympathy. A level of sympathy. Anyway, should we do a bet? Let's do a bet. What we need to do is we need a big scoreline. I think, anyway. It's pointless to win 1-0 to England. It is pointless. Absolutely pointless. Do that. Someone's going to win a 5 or a 10. I don't want someone to win a 5 or a 10. We're more likely to win. I'd love someone to win 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 pounds, something like that. So that's what we're going to have a try and do. So, give me a scoreline. Normally, we don't like going against West Ham. But this is not West Ham. It's England. So, okay, 3-1. Nick saying 5-0 England. Robert Singleton saying 3-1. I'm going to go with Roberts there, all right? I'm going to go with Roberts 3-1. Andy, I'm sorry, mate. Andy's done a 1-1. The odds would just be crap, I'm afraid, with that, mate. They just would. And again, so I'm going to go with Roberts 3-1. Whilst I'm doing that and putting in the precise score on this game, which is 3-1 to England, can I please have... what I want us to do is name all the England goal scorers. There you go. It's unlikely. Have a little think. Who's going to get substituted? So you know, not so much them. Not so much someone that might get substituted. Who do you think? I know what I think, but I'm not going to do this. This is your bet. It's not my bet at all. This is your bet. Be very interested to see. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I just want to click on a few here, see what people are saying. Oh, okay. Do you know what? He's in fine form. Jay is in fine form. There you go. He's doing well tonight. I'm actually going to go. Okay, right. So a couple of people have said Saka. James, hello, mate. Hope you're well. And a couple of people have said Stones. I'm going to go and do Saka and Stones, which I'll definitely put in there because I think that's I think hopefully should get good odds on there. Where is Saka? Saka to score any time. Okay, that's good. John Stones, that takes it up a little bit. This could make it very interesting. I'm going to go back here to look for one more. Okay, do you know what, Steve? I'm actually. Oh, do you know what? 3 and Kane hasn't scored. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do that. Let's do the Bellingham. So that's there. Right, that'll do. That'll do. I'm adding that. Right, that's it. That's the bet slip. It's done. It's done. I'm doing that right now. Excuse me while I place the bet before they change the odds. You've got to be very, very, very quick with this stuff. Brilliant. There you go. Right. Done. The bet is done, boys and girls. The bet is done. We're not going to do any "it's coming home" or anything like that for the phrase that pays, by the way. In fact, one of you guys give me the phrase that pays, please, while I'm just reading out this bet here. So, what we got is the full-time score will be England's to win 3-1, basically. The scorers will be Saka, John Stones, and Jude Bellingham. All right? It's the best way to do this. No, I'll do it on one person. On one person there. Basically, if that happens, 3-1, Saka scores, Stone scores, Bellingham scores. In the unlikely event that happens, one of you is going to win £700. There you go. But to qualify for this, you have got to have typed the phrase that pays into the chat, which I'm hoping. Oh, okay. I'm going with this. I'm going for this here, which is Welkomovic home, which is not like it's coming home. There's a Serbian play on it. Does that mean it's going to Serbia? I don't know. But whatever. We're going with what Andy Walsh said. Welkomovic home. If you type that into the chat, just copy and paste what Andy's done there. All right. And post that in the chat. And if that 3-1 win with those goal scorers comes in, I will randomly select somebody from the chat and you will win £700. There you go. Wouldn't be bad, would it? Would not be bad at all. Listen, Very good. There's some very good ones. I went for whatever one as quickly as I could there, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, so there you have it. Now it's pointless me going through the substitutes bench, and I would really hope that Charlie hasn't typed out the substitutes bench because it's everybody. All right. So if they're not on the tee, I looked at it and it actually said I was looking at it. It's the match is on ITV. I think it's on ITV. I was watching certainly the build up on ITV before I came and started doing this video, and I just list the substitutes. I just went on forever, forever and ever and ever. So basically, if you've ever seen a footballer play, an Englishman play, and they're not in the starting lineup, they're probably on the bench. And I would love, look, I say I would love to see Jared Bowen get on in this competition. Everybody, we all would, right? We're West Ham fans. And after all, I don't mean to overly be, too sycophantic or anything like that, or too biased or too much claret and blue tinted testicles. But I think he could do a job. I really do. I really do. I quite totally understand that he might not be in the starting lineup. But I was looking at it the other day and I just thought, you know what, this guy is he was the fifth highest English goal scorer in the Premier League in terms of the Premier League Golden Boot. He was up there all season. All season he was up there. Obviously, there were people ahead of him who played as striker. Mo Salah, who sort of is I guess is the direct comparison place in his position. Mo Salah scored 2 more goals than Jared Bowen. I think he's had a really good season. I think he's really, really clinical. And I do wonder, see, I really like Abir Eze, right? I think he's a really, really good player. And I know they play in different positions. I absolutely understand that. But I do wonder what Southgate would do if he needed a goal. And I would hope he would feel that he could call on Bowen, because Bowen's got that big game mentality as well. He's shown it. He is the man. Oh, listen, actually, to say he's the man would be to do a disservice to. There are other people who have won European trophies in that England team, right? In fact, there's plenty. Walker, Stones, Rice obviously has. Alexander Arnold has won a European trophy. Saka has, and Bellingham has. Foden has. So there's people there with big game mentality, right? But Jared Bowen's got that. Closing moments of a European final. Lucas Paquetá, back when he was Paquetá, not Paqueta, curled, beautiful, curled the ball through, and Bowen finished it to win a trophy for West Ham with all the pressure, time to think about it, all the stuff. He's shown it. He's got the nerve, the big game nerve. Now, I'm just saying, if Gareth Southgate needs someone to come in to get a goal, then he could do the job. I'd like to see him anyway. That's okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. Fair point. Good. Yeah. Good shout. I completely missed that. To be fair, I haven't got the bench yet. I'm sure there'll be others on the bench as well. What are you saying? Hope you're well, mate. Hope your Achilles, was it Achilles heel? Yeah. Was it a knee, a thigh, an ankle? I'm sure it's bloody ages ago. It's about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. I hope it's bloody better now, Leonardo. What's he saying? He said, "What's up, Gonzo?" So England go 1-0 down, and then Bowen comes on, scores. Yeah, come on. This is right. Hopefully, look, I hope England don't go 1-0 down. I hope Bowen just gets some game time in this. It's everyone's dream, and do you know what? He's our guy. He really is, and I'm really just thrilled for him. I'm thrilled for the season he's had. Just thrilled that he signed his new long-term deal at West Ham. He is. Bowen, sometimes things take a little bit of a time to mature, don't they? Sometimes you need a little bit of time just to be able to reflect back. Bowen already is a legend, right? But sometimes you need that little bit of time, just to cure something, just to marinate it nicely. He is going to go down as one of our very best players. I'm absolutely sure of that. By the time he's finished, he'll have racked up a load of goals, loads of appearances, trophy win, game-winning goal. He is amazing, and it's often easy to be wowed by the new shiny thing, right? And we got a really good new shiny thing at West Ham, by the way, in the name of Mohamed Kudus, right? Who is just a wonderful player. But never let it be said, Bowen, Hammer of the Year, magnificent player, and I would hope he sees some game time. Let's see, Susan. Where's Susan? Susan said, "I'm happily biased. Good. probably wouldn't be that interested as Bowen was the squad. Yeah, we should be biased. You should be able to look at a team and try and look for, a little bit of West Ham interest in there as well. Been many years, Susan, when West Ham fans, we haven't had much interest, certainly in the England team. It was the Achilles. Yes, Achilles tendon. It's been 1 year and a few months now. You have a game after the England game. You're playing, are you? Well, good luck, mate. Thank you very much. Very well, mate. Very well. I'm really glad that you've healed up. Very much so, mate. You take care of yourself. Good luck in that game later. INX says, I feel Bowen could be devastating as a sub later in the game. Just thank you all for joining me today, by the way. It's we don't normally do this sort of stuff, and I recognise so many of the names in the chat. There's so many regulars are here and absolutely love it. So, yeah, hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a really, really good day today. Heat wave coming. For those in the UK. Apparently, have you heard that? They can't make up their mind. First of all, they said it was gonna rain for not 60 days out of 90. And now it says it's going to be a heat wave. So who knows? Oh, Major. Sorry, mate. You've got to have a flask and a straw for the game. Yeah. I do wonder what's in the flask, Major. Get better soon, mate. Get better soon. Right. I do believe. I've got a Charlie Walsh in the house. Recently back from holiday. The well-travelled Mr. Walsh.
That's me. Just my guy. I'm out here. I go here, there, and everywhere. I'm a well-travelled man, Gonzo. I travel. It's about every other week when we aren't legally on television in the UK, where I travel to America to definitely watch it legally. So I've got those air miles racking up.
Exactly right, mate. Exactly right. Yeah, you are. You're like Tim Sticer. You probably nearly a mid-air collision sometimes. You're both such frequent flyers.
I see them, the jets. They go past each other like that. A little wave at the window.
Passing at night. Yeah, absolutely. You looking forward to it?
I am. I'm not quite as... I wouldn't have us as favourites of the tournament or anything. But you look at that front six, or whatever you want to call it. Front five, if you include Rice. And it's just very difficult not to be excited for this, It's very difficult.
Have you got the vibe? Have you got the buzz?
I have, yeah.
Tournament buzz.
I have. I think I was as I was on my traveling about.
Yeah.
Every single person was talking to me about it. All of them talking about the England team, how it's going to get on, about the Euros. And I think it's easy when we're insular within ourselves to look at it and be like, Southgate, we might play this style of football. We should be unleashing the beast. But actually, the second you get out of that bubble, and I'm talking to normal people and not us lot who sit here and watch this stuff every day and think about it too much, like instantly it just sort of hits you. And you're sort of like, it's a tournament, it's exciting, when we score I'm going to hear the neighbours shouting and stuff like that. It becomes a different vibe, it's exciting.
Yeah, mate, listen, I totally agree. I think you said it right there. Think about it. We think about it too much, I think, maybe when you do think about it, you analyse it too much. Maybe you do lose that little bit of, I don't know, the little bit of celebration. So we went out to the day, and the kids took me out for a bit of lunch today, and we sat in the beer garden, and they had a telly in the beer garden. I know this is not massively new technology, right? But I found it quite novel to see it. Now, I understand about big screens and the rest of it, but it was clearly like an all year round thing.
Sure.
And it wasn't a bad day today either. And there it was. Yes, and it was like the Holland game on. Holland and Poland was, and that was on so at a roast dinner in the beer garden. Wow, this is all right. Yeah, not bad at all. I had it, and you could see that the pub was buzzing. It really was. People had gone out for the day to, and they were clearly, they'll still be there now. I'm talking, I must have been there about 2:30 or something thinking about it. I reckon the same bunch are still in there.
Probably.
Steaming.
I know, obviously every weekend we get 10 Premier League fixtures, this many Championship fixtures, all that sort of stuff. But there is just this festival atmosphere to European tournaments, to world tournaments, where you're watching teams you wouldn't usually watch. You're watching players you wouldn't usually watch. Like, you're looking at the Serbia team running across the bottom. Obviously, we know your Kostic's, your Vlahovic's, your Mitrovic's, people like that. But then you have, what's his name? I've never been able to pronounce his name. Still can't. But that Goodell, or however you pronounce his name, who we faced in Europe and things like that. And you start to get that vibe of just watching things and watching these teams, and it just gets exciting. And obviously, when you're facing it as an England match, it's a little bit more trepidatious. But then you watch random other matches like Spain versus Croatia or whatever, and you're just like, it's just all starts kicking off. It's very exciting. I'm excited. No matter what happens with England, I'm excited to watch an international tournament. So
yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah, I've watched a bit. I've had some games. I watched at the Denmark one. What great goal Ericsson scored in that, by the way. I didn't watch all of it. You know, I must say I didn't watch all of it, but I am watching more. You know, I've watched. I think I've watched a bit of almost every game at least. You know, and obviously watched. You know, almost all of the first one. You know.
I didn't see any of it until I got back to the hotel when I was away, and I saw a score, and I was like, I probably won't bring that one up.
Yeah, I didn't know that Musiala was English.
Well, he's born in Germany, but obviously raised here from, I think,
raised here and played for England, whatever, under 8s, under 9s, under all that, wasn't he? And
City Academy, wasn't he? Was he City
Academy?
I
didn't know any of this. This was all news to me.
I can't remember. Yeah.
I wish.
Well, because when he was, there was a whole thing about us trying to convince him to play for us, and he was like, "No, I'm German, mate. See ya."
Yeah, I must have escaped me, whatever. But someone posted it on social media saying this really pissed me off. I was like, well, pissed me off, mate. I didn't know about it. You've pissed me off by bringing it to my attention.
To be fair, not that he wouldn't get in this team, but where the hell would he play?
No. We are blessed with talent, and by the way, you know, a rumor has it at sort of under 15, under 16 level, England have got another few. Like that as well. So yeah, the academies are churning them out. Right, mate, I've got to go. Here you go.
Enjoy your...
Leonardo is saying Musiala played for Fulham's academy, then Chelsea's. He played in England's youth. There you go.
Thank you. We also got Southampton there from Robert as well. So basically everyone but City. That's gone well for me.
Breuer.
Is he from Slough?
Breuer's from Slough. Born and raised in Slough.
Is he from Slough? Yeah. I never knew he was from. Someone's got to be, I guess. But yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Breuer is from Slough. Yeah,
fair play.
Not far from Andy's manor, actually. Hey, Walshy. Not you, not Walshy. You, Andy Walsh.
I was going to say I've never. The closest I've been to Slough, vibe-wise, Milton Keynes. Can't say anything about Slough.
Vibe. Because it's a modern town. You mean? Okay.
Yeah, modern town. Lots of nothingness going on. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if I clicked on Google Street View in the middle of it, it's probably raining. That's sort of the vibe, you know. That's the vibe. I don't know. I can't really. If
I had more time, I'd do it. But I don't.
Go and enjoy your food, Gonzo.
Chinese. Enjoy the watch along. Everybody, don't forget about that match bingo. By the way, not you, everyone.
The link is in the description.
Yeah, it's really Get on it. You've probably got you've got a minute basically. Right. Charlie, enjoy your watch along. Everybody else, we'll be catching up with you. We're here. We're here for the duration. Don't worry about it. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, though. Really do. You know, really means a lot. Actually, we've got a lovely, you know, West Ham family, haven't we? And yes, warmed the cockles of my bosom.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
We'll leave it there.
Let's go. Enjoy yourself, Gonzo. Bye.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. There's Gonzo. He's off to eat food. Lucky so-and-so. I'm also going to be clicking on my match bingo as we go because it's England versus Serbia in the Euro 2024. It's very exciting. Like I said, there is a sort of festivalness to it all. That's the phrase that always gets said. And I think we forget about it a little bit because of obviously you have your... You have everything else going on, so you don't tend to think about it that much. But actually, when you're in the moment, when you're in the sort of vibe, it does feel a lot more festivalish. You know, you've got all these random teams playing all of the time. They're all at times that are kind of manageable. It just works. And that's exciting. I love it. I do kind of love it, even though we haven't really done too many watch-alongs and stuff. It's just an exciting time. Hang on a second. But we're going to start as we always do by asking you your confidence levels. Let's do it from an English standpoint on a scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you? 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most. How confident are you of not West Ham? Sorry, I was just auto playing that phrase there of an England result today. And while you do that, let's go through the let's go through the build-up poll, shall we? We asked you how you felt about the starting 11. There were 4 options. I like it, I love it, I hate it, I dislike it. 5% of people said they hated it. 14% of people said they liked it. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. I got this. I'll catch it first time. Look at the throw. It was beautiful. Thank you very much. 20% of people said they loved it, and 58% of people said they liked it. Probably what I would expect in that scenario, if we're being honest, because of the Trent in midfield scenario. The team is running along the bottom of your screen, as you can see it. We have a sort of mixed bag. I think there's been a lot of talk about what to do at left back if Luke Shaw isn't fit enough, which he clearly isn't, because if he is, he's starting, let's be honest about it. Alongside a scenario where you have sort of what to do next to Declan Rice. And I think in this scenario, I probably agree with it. It's a bit of a difficult one because obviously, you know, you want to be sort of not playing Trent there because he has sort of defensive frailties. However, realistically for me, I feel like it's probably the right idea. You get Trent in there who can sort of play the ball around because you've got Serbia who aren't going to be as sort of forthright as maybe some of the other teams are. They're playing 2 up top, but a sort of 5 at the back system at the same time. So you've got Serbia in there. So you can get someone in there alongside Declan who can be a bit more on the ball, a bit more controlling, and figure it out from there. The game is underway. Come on, England! At least from my perspective anyway. And I think personally that's the right decision. However, having said that, I can understand I probably in different games would play different people. For example, maybe I would lob Wharton in there or something like that against different sides. However, in this one, I probably would have played Trent as well. Jesus Christ, Serbia pushing early, but then defenders getting on the best of it. Running across the bottom of the screen is the lineups. I won't try pronouncing Serbian ones. I've already tried pronouncing one and got it horrendously wrong, so I'll probably leave the rest. But you can see that side running across the bottom of your screen. Some big names in there, like your Milinkovic Savic's, your Kostic's, your Vlahovic's, your Mitrovic's. England's lineup, as you can see, Pickford, Walker, Stones, Gay, Trippier, Rice, Alexander-Arnold, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, and Kane. Susan with the £5. Thank you very much. I appreciate the England watch on, Charlie, with all the great West Ham fans. Well, that's the vibe we're going for. Why is this just a weird size? I'm so confused by it. It shouldn't be. Do you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. Because Saka's on the ball on the right-hand side, looking to try and cross it in. Comes back. Stones very far forward there, sort of playing almost that role. Susan, I'll put your name in the top corner in a second, by the way. Playing that sort of far forward role, able to step up, getting in there. And again, you can see how far forward England are here and how far back Serbia are. And this is why I wouldn't be scared to play Trent in these matches, to get a bit more ball playing in there. Interesting. I'm sort of trying to figure out exactly where Bellingham and Foden will end up being. Foden very far across to the right-hand side deep. Gets a little nip at the back. Played forward. Gehi. Trippier takes a touch in. Can't quite get it forward. And the ball goes all the way back to Pickford. Susan, let's get your name in there. And while we do that, let's lob a poll actually up at the same time. We'll go with... What will the result be? Let's make it simple. Serbia win. Draw. England win. Bang. England playing forward again. Saka goes down. Free kick. But yeah, thank you, Susan. That's very kind of you as I put it in there. We are going to be doing one for every single England game. And then potentially if England go out, maybe more after, I believe. But that's the aim. I mean, obviously, I did speak to Gio about the possibility of Scotland stuff, and he's just not vibing it for obvious reasons. He's very nervous, and it's just not his. Doing watch-alongs not exactly his vibe. I tried to draw him in if England, Scotland somehow met each other, would he do it? The answer was no. But, you know, the vibe. Played in from the free kick, headed away from Serbia. Stabbed back out towards Declan Rice on the left-hand side. Let's try and get across and doesn't quite make it happen. But yeah, I did ask him. He wasn't down for it. But, you know, we're going to be here for every England game regardless. Anyone think countdowns to kick off are a bit pure cringe? Yeah. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. But, you know, it's like Champions League with the kickoff shows and all this other stuff. I sound a bit like my granddad, but not for me. Not for me is the vibe. Trent picks up on the right-hand side. There are a lot of people just sort of moving around. We're getting talk of fluidity at the moment on the commentary, and it is very fluid right now. You got Foden going here, there, and everywhere. You got Trent sort of floating around. Bellingham doing the same sort of thing. Listen, we'll see if we can hit the classic 300 likes. We're gonna be very, very happy. Whether or not it's possible, I don't know. But if we can smack the 300 likes out of the park, that would be a beautiful thing. Not expecting anything, of course. Not expecting anything, but we'll see how it goes. Have you any baby Bellinghams just in case? I do. I bought some before I went away. Whether they still exist or not, I'll check at some point. Bellingham finds almost fouled Foden in the centre. Tried to spin round, but couldn't quite get there. Serbia sitting very, very deep so far. Pickford coming practically to the halfway line to continue the ball. Big ping across. That's a really nice pass. Trippier heads it down. Foden can't get any sort of significant shot away. Hits it first time, drags it significantly wide. Solid start, but again, it's going to the big questions are going to be how can you break down this Serbia side when they're in those scenarios? Not something England have been particularly great at, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not we have the answers for that. Again, that's why I would have played Trent as opposed to a Gallagher or a Wharton or someone like that, because he does have that ability to sort of find long passing, playmaking from deep, Pirlo style. Dare I say it? And I want to be able to see us get that bit of movement around, even if defensively he is shaky. But yeah, we will eat them if they're there. I believe they're there. I believe. Do I remember? No, I believe. Oh, Kostic flicks it in. Vlahovic can't get his header onto it. It was always going above me. Tried. Trippier just forcing them back. I should say, while Serbia are passing the ball and beginning the horseshoe effect, thank you very much to our match sponsors, Match Bingo. It combines betting with bingos all on your phone. You buy cards like you would in bingo, and it gives you a bunch of different events that can happen throughout the game. When they happen, they automatically tick off. You complete one line, you win money. You complete 2 lines, you win money. You complete 3 lines, you get the full house. And they're going to be sponsoring us all throughout the year. So thank you very much to Match Bingo. They've been incredibly kind to us, if we're being honest about it. They have been very, very kind to us. So if you haven't already got involved, it's £2 to play. Again, it is betting, so 18 plus is required. But the link is in the description. If you click on that one, it helps us out massively because it shows you came from us. And then we get nice emails from Match Bingo that say you've done really good work. So if you do use it, make sure to use the link in the description below. England on the ball. They've survived the minor onslaught from Serbia, and it was minor. And again, the cycle just begins again. Looking to try and touch it quickly out of the feet. Again, just very horseshoey. It feels a lot like watching some of the bigger teams against us where they have all of, and by us I mean West Ham in this scenario, where they have all of the possession and just looking to try and break the side down and not really managing to yet. But if they can all come together, then they will be. It's going to be a throw into Serbia against Sakada. Then it will be. But we'll see how it ends up playing out. My AG, Alex, the Timeless Podcast. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm good, bro. How are you? How's things? I'm excited. I haven't seen Doctor Who this week because I was away. We're watching it after this match. After this is all done, I'm going to be heading off and watching that, which is very exciting. They combined it with a Bridgerton the other week, which was very exciting for me as someone who loves Bridgerton. As Bridgerton is on at the moment, it was a grand old time. But yeah, hope you well, bro. Hope you well. Thoughts on the kit? It's all right. I wouldn't put it up there with the classics. I think it's a decent kit. I'd probably give it a 7 as England kits go. as England kits go. I'd probably give it a 7. I like its uniformity with the blue numbers, with the blue collar matching. Listen, it's one of those ones where, like, for example, I don't like the Rice trying to slot Saka through, can't make it happen. It's one of those ones where, like, for example, when West Ham won the Europa Conference League, wouldn't exactly call that a classic kit, but if I was going to buy one, I'd buy that kit. Whereas with this, it's good. It's a nice kit. If we win it, it becomes an all-timer. But I don't think it's going to be, outside of that, I don't think it's one of those ones that would be put up there, you know? Fair enough, a 7. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm not. My girlfriend is, and talks quite a bit about it. But I am not watched it yet. I don't think I have the heart for it. I don't know why. Bellingham gets taken down. Free kick. Again, Serbia, we're going to want to do that. Whenever they get Bellingham and Foden in those sort of advanced 10 positions, they're going to want to just basically get real touch tight, really get in there. He managed to grab the shirt from 3 different angles there. I mean, that's sort of what they're going to want to do. Stifle those two, force us into those wide positions where they're playing 3 big centre-backs. Of course, one of them we know with Milinkovic in the centre. And just encourage us to cross the ball into the box. That's what they're going to want to do, and they're doing it so far. Pardon me again. Flipping neck. My stomach is going crazy. Walker. Oh, big ping. Rice controls it down. Foul against John Stones somehow. Not really sure how, but that's how it goes. Yeah, I don't think I have the heart for the boys. There's something about the idea of people deliberately being mean. It's like I can't watch Battle Royale, the original one, for example, because it just stresses me out. And I think the boys would probably stress me out. Although the scenes my girlfriend have showed me have been excellent, and it does always tempt me to watch it. But no, I haven't seen it yet. Again, I'm too busy at the moment. I've got Bridgerton, I've got Doctor Who, I've got Interview with the Vampire, which is it's just so good. Jetlag the Game is on at the moment, which is big for me. There's just a lot going on. I started watching EastEnders again. It's just big moves for Charlie at the moment, you know. Trent spreading it across. It's good to see Gay getting a start. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's just nice to watch him play for the England side. Again, our defence is obviously a big weak point as we, again, are once again hitting the horseshoe, passing it back and forth, trying to find a way to break it down. Defence is obviously our weak point. Where you look at this golden generation going forward, defence is obviously slightly different. And so it's nice to see us given the likes of Gay. I mean, we don't have many choices, I guess. But it's nice to see him in there. Obviously, there were some other picks. Brentford, for example, should have gone and stuff like that. But I like it. It's good. Pass back. Yeah, look, I respect. You've got a lot going on. Obviously with your actual job now as well, there's a lot of stuff going on, so it's just the way it goes sometimes. It's just the way it goes. How many things do I want to do with wrestling and video games and that, where I just don't have the time to? I might have the time to soon, but it's difficult, isn't it? Oh, Saka in behind, look to try and cross it. It digs up, header, it's in, it's 1-0. It's Jude Bellingham with the goal. Let's go. Ball gets played across, it takes a mild deflection up, and Jude Bellingham goes flying in and headers it home solidly for 1-0 lead to England. Jude Bellingham, beautiful movements. Beautiful movement from him. Saka doing really well, and again, they want to encourage us to cross those balls in, push us out wide and whip them into the box, and instead Saka doing that thing that you see us really struggle with as West Ham, those pullbacks, getting close to the byline and pulling it back. Beautifully done. Bellingham starts to move, plays it out wide to Trent, who nice through ball to to Saka, who tries to hit it from the byline. It takes deflection, bounces up, and Bellingham's movement is beautiful to get in the box just behind Kane, gambles on it being there, and a solid flying header into the top corner. It's 1-0, and it's Jude Bellingham. Beautiful stuff. That's a great header. We take that. Jude Bellingham. Big. Serbia 0. England 1. Great start. Awesome start. Let's go. Yeah, why is this? Is the timer or the timer sort of thing with the scores? Is that clicking through for you as well? Because if it is, I'm going to need to try and figure it out. I've got no idea how, but yeah. Bridgerton is so good. Kez, don't get me started. I haven't watched the. I've watched the first section of episodes. I've watched the first section of episodes that came up for a new series. I haven't watched the new ones yet. That's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to probably go sit down and watch those. I am getting very stressed about that whole situation with Colin, and I'm getting very stressed. Timer is moving. I don't know what's. I don't know. I don't know. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff from Bellingham. That's the sort of thing you want him. That's why when there was a lot of conversation about Foden having to play in the 10 position and all that, that was the prime example of why I would want Bellingham playing in that position so much. That just timing element, that right place, right time. Dare I say Kevin Nolan-esque maneuver, just like knowing where to be as the ball comes across. It's not something Foden really has. Foden is incredible on the ball, and finding the key to unlocking those two players specifically is the massive point for England in this tournament, and really figuring out how to fully harness them. And so far, so good. So far, so good. Foden starting on the left-hand side, but giving free roam. Bellingham dropping a little bit deeper, linking up, then getting those late runs into the box. That's kind of working for us so far. Bellingham again playing the ball out wide. Little flick on, looking for Phil Foden. Doesn't quite work out. But again, England regain possession of the ball. It's I don't know what's going on with this time. I don't know how to fix it either. It's on here. Is this just... I'm going to start pressing buttons in the background. This is going to go horrendously wrong for me. I should not be doing this, but we're going to try it. I see the problem. I see the problem. For some reason, it's changed the output to 1920 by 1040. Why has it done that? That'll probably be why. Well, I can change that in a second. But yeah, beautiful stuff from England so far. Stressed. I know it's stressed, man. When Colin finds out, again, I haven't watched it, but when Colin finds out, I don't want him to, because it's all going so well right now. Again, I haven't seen the 4 episodes, but I'm so stressed about it. The Boys is funny. Series 4 just started. Funny in a gruesome way. Yeah, the thing is, I know it is. And everything I've seen from The Boys, I've really liked. I just don't have the energy to watch it. I just don't have it in me. Pickford on the ball. Big punt forward. Header on from Bellingham. Looking for Harry Kane. Just doesn't quite work out. Again, we're going to get a bit of head tennis here as Serbia try to clear the ball. And I'm sure I would like it if I watched it. There's just like a level of... There's just a level of uncomfortability. Uncomfortability is what Charlie's just said there to it. Nice little flick around the back from Foden. Doesn't quite work out. Declan Rice on the ball. And one of the beautiful things about Rice and the whole conversation a bit around who's partners in midfield is I think a lot of neutrals and pundits, because they didn't see the beginning Bellingham getting very annoyed at the... not very annoyed, but getting mildly annoyed at being pulled around here, there, and everywhere. I think have been frustrated by the... Or maybe not frustrated. I just don't think they've seen him playing that sitting role as much as West Ham fans have seen. So we all know that Declan Rice is world class in that role. He's so good at just being a sitter and stopping everything he needs to. But obviously in our best times and with Arsenal, he's not necessarily doing the same role. And so there's often been a talk about, oh, maybe it's a little bit defensively weak. Maybe we need to put Wharton in there or something like that. Actually, I think with Declan Rice, especially in these group stage games, it's kind of okay to have him being the sitter. When we get later into the tournament, if we get later into the tournament against bigger teams of the more top level nations, then yeah, maybe you do get a Wharton in there or something else to really help that defensive side of the game. You can't afford to play Trent there. But in these games, I think you can more than comfortably just play Trent there. Good tackle there by Gahey, and England come forward. Nicely done by Harry Kane to find Phil Foden. Saka's running through. Instead, tries to play it to the side for Trent, who hits it wide. Can't really get connection with it. Ends up dribbling wide. Right, my camera's going to stop for a split second here. It's going to be very annoying. But let's see if I can fix this. Right. You should still be able to hear me, though. We'll go into video very quickly. Make this... I don't know why this changed to anything but what it should be. Right, we should be back, and hopefully the timer has moved. If it hasn't, I don't know why. Played across to the middle. And passing around. Do you think England will make 5 subs? I don't think David Moyes is in charge. As much as some of the decisions might be similar, I don't know if David Moyes is fully in charge. Will we see more subs than a Moyes team? Yes, undoubtedly. And I do think there is something. Especially in these early games, to testing out certain people in certain roles and certain combinations. I do think there is genuinely something to that. So I would very comfortably make all 5. And also, you know, it's a lot of games in a quick succession. You got to be making all the subs if you can. Big ball forward. Gahey gets the control. Declan Rice comes away with the ball. It's good defending there. England under pressure with Serbia, and they've managed to nip the ball away here. It lands at the feet of Mitrovic, who smashed it, and it just goes wide, almost managing to snap a shot into that side netting. Dropped to him really quickly. Good pressure. England just getting a little bit like a daisical there. And to take one touch out of his feet, just a little steadier, and then unleashing a shot. And Mitrovic does have a big shot on him, and it just goes wide. So saying I know I've chosen match bingo. Well, Robert. First of all, get involved with Robert. Match bingo. Link in the description below. Maybe. I think 5 is a possibility. I do think 5 is a possibility. Is it 100% likely? No. But I think it's a possibility. Saka pulled down. Free kick to England. We take that. Free kick in a fairly decent area for England. Trippier, look at that for options for free kick takers. Trippier, Trent, and Foden all standing over it. It'd be Trent, yeah. Trippier's walked away. Maybe Foden continues to stand over it for a different angle, but you'd imagine it'd be Trent. Again, a float in towards maybe the back stick. And it is looking for Harry Kane. Oh, Declan Rice. It bounces off his sort of stomach, crotch area. Unexpected. Close. Close. Close, but no cigar. It's glitched. Why is it glitched? I don't know. Serbia looking to play it out. England got 4 players forwards. Harry Kane pressing from the front line, forcing the goalkeeper to go long. Not a super confident kick either, and Trippier does well to rise up and get the header. Serbia do win the second ball though, or the third ball, I guess. And try to come away with it. Little flick around the back. Doesn't quite work out for them, but they maintain possession. It was a nice idea to try and spread the prey across to the left-hand side there from Serbia, but no dice, and England come away with the ball. But again, they're going to force us to kick it long. Pickford, huge boot. Bellingham tries to rise up, gets pushed in the back, but nothing moves the ref. It's going to be a big long. 1 line claimed already. I have not been paying attention. 1 line claimed already. Huge. Huge. Of course, unlike the West Ham ones, you're going to be facing a lot of people here. Oh, nice ball to Vlahovic. Who's going to try and hit it, and it's a good block from Gay. It's a good block. Saka gets the ball controls. For some reason, the director tries to change camera angle stupidly. Foden on the ball. Poor pass behind again. Those key moments in transition. What do I say when it's West Ham? 1 line claimed already. Congratulations to who claimed it. It's one of those situations where those counter-attacks are going to be really important for England today. Bellingham does really well. Just getting involved with Kostic, and then a little shove in the chest, and then walks away. Really nicely done from Bellingham. You love to see it. Really nicely done there. Bigs him up. Chests him out of the way. Kostic It takes a moment to respond as he fully transitions what's just happened in his head before responding. It's good. It's good. I like it. But again, those transitional moments, those counterattacks are going to be so important for us because when you're facing a team who sit deep like Serbia and aren't giving you any real space to do anything and are just begging you to cross the ball, if you can get those counterattacks flowing fast, you can get into them behind them before they really get the chance to settle and figure out what they're doing. That's going to be key and a beautiful thing for us. Saka's having a mare. I wouldn't say he's having a mare yet, Danny boy. He's not having a barnstormer, but he did get the assist. And they do look scared of him down that side. Well, butter my broccoli and call me Bisaka. It's the gorgeous child. How are you, sir? I'm drunk with zero interest in the football, but I came on YouTube and your face is here. Well, I hope you're well. How are you, sir? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. It's good to see you as per. Oh, Walker. This is brilliant from Kyle Walker. Streaming forward. Pulls it across. Oh, several people there, and no one can get the touch. Kyle Walker does brilliantly, rolling back the years, charging forward from a misplaced pass from Serbia. It's a good foot, I think, from Bellingham. Ball gets hit to Saka, who plays it. And again, I'm talking about those transitions, and look at them. They're at 6s and 7s, Serbia, panicking. It gets a little bit too far forward for Walker, but the ball back across is really nice. And if someone just could launch themselves at it, maybe they weren't close enough to manage it. It's difficult to keep up with Kyle Walker at the best of times, to be fair. But again, you're seeing it. Those fast transitions, those can be the key moments. I hope you're well, Scott. It's never the same when you're not here, so I hope you're well. Southgate going for the sort of zip polo jacket over the top. Not a look I would go for Gareth. I'm glad he's not pulled the waistcoat back, obviously. But there you go, 70% possession compared to their 30. But only 2 attempts each, 1 on target, and that was the goal from Bellingham. And again, it's very West Ham. We know the playbook. We're seeing it happen live. We're seeing the Moyes ball happen live. We know the playbook here. It's just a case of we also know how to break those teams down, or the difficulty that it takes to break those teams down, and what we need to do better as an England side. We need to be a bit faster. But we're doing well in possession. We're doing well. Had an absolute man the last few weeks. Looking up. Any baby bells in the mix tonight? Again, I should check. My girlfriend was over there. I'd ask her to check, but she's in the other room, and I don't want to be like, hey, can you come in and check if there's baby bells in the fridge? I will have a look in a second. But absolutely, I hope it's going better now, bro. I hope it's going better now. Just can't stand him. In that case, fair enough. Danny boy. I love Saka, but I listen. There's a lot of tension with Arsenal and all that sort of stuff. So, in that case, fair enough. 27 minutes gone so far, and it has been very strong for England. Very, very strong for England. Serbia playing it deep around, passing it around at the back, just sort of holding on a little bit. Again, the press from England's decent, trying to force them long. It's worked most of the time. Right now, Serbia are trying to find their way out of it. And again, finally, just under pressure, Declan Rice collects the ball. And again, these transitional moments, we want to be quick with it. Instead, it's just Walker just turns and passes it back. I'm not necessarily against playing it around in this area, but the second we get ever so slightly closer to goal, they're going to bunch up and fall back into that hyper defensive shape, and it's going to be a bit annoying to break down. I don't necessarily mind us playing it around here, although I would like to be a bit quicker. We are on the halfway line. Bellingham finds Saka wide on the right-hand side. Looks to try and hit a 1-2 round the back. Nice ball over the top. Saka's in behind here. Looking for that cross. So he might get a second opportunity at the... Drops down for Bellingham. Nice footwork there. And it is going to be a free kick in a decent area. It's Goodyear, however you pronounce his name, the one who I can't even remember who he plays for, but we definitely faced him in Europe, taking down Trent in a very good area. It's really nicely done from Trent there, and he's going to get a free kick opportunity in a strong range, close enough to go where a shot is potentially on the cards. Potentially on the cards. Do you know what it was, Scott? I'll be honest with you. I was going to find the England colours West Ham, the Hammers Chat shirt we did, which is somewhere in the house, but I lost it. And at that point, it was just too late. So I just ran and started instead, because there was a bit of time. There wasn't a great amount of time there, which is annoying. But yeah, that's what it is. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it at all. Saka, I need to have a look. Saka isn't that good. Bowen is better than Saka, and he doesn't dive all the time. Well, okay, the diving thing I can't dispute. But I do like Saka a lot. I can't lie. I think people saying he isn't good, I think it's probably a bit harsh, but free kick to take. Trent is over it. Trippier's there, as is Foden. They all seem to be placing the ball down every single time. John Stone getting very frustrated at the ref. Trent is the one who seems to be placing it down. Trippier also there, but he's going to move away. Foden again, once standing over it, but I think it will be Trent here. About 25 yards away from goal. Relatively central, but a bit across to the right. It's a nice shooting opportunity. Hits the wall. Second free kick in a row where it's not been perfect. I mean, the first one wasn't too bad. That one wasn't good at all. It's payback. But yeah, I do like Saka a lot. I can't act like I don't like Saka. I do. I like him a heck of a lot. I like him personally. I like him as a footballer. I'm big here for it. It's a beautiful ball by Bellingham. Doesn't really go anywhere, but it was a beautiful ball. Rice plays it out wide to Saka. Controlling the ball. Nice change of pace. Dinks it in from the byline. Headed away. Can't quite beat that second man. Hooked away from Serbia. Nice turn there from Bellingham. Looking to then dink it towards Saka. Doesn't fall to him. Declan Rice on the ball once again. England are so far forward right now. I can see almost every player on my screen, and I can also see Serbia's goal, just to give you some idea of how far forward they are. The only one I can't see was Stones and Pickford, and even now he can. Walker looking down the line for Saka. Taken down. Referee says no foul, gives a free kick to Serbia for the handball. It's one of those ones where people call it 50-50. I think it's a shove in the back, if we're being honest. But it's one of those ones where people call it 50-50. We're getting a slow motion replay of the beautiful pass Bellingham did to no one, but it was beautiful. Yeah, it's one of those ones where people call it 50-50. He's sort of running, and the guy comes here and sort of pushes him. I think it's a foul, but people disagree with me. I think on this though, with the Bowen thing, I think Bowen is really unlucky that he's come to his sort of peak now, because of Saka, because of Foden, because of Bellingham, because of Cole Palmer, because of all these players around him. It's so difficult for him to find the game time for England when he 100% deserves it. Anthony Gordon, I have a feeling Anthony Gordon will get game time ahead of Bowen in this tournament, and I personally don't agree with that. I think it's so unfortunate for him because he's so good and he 100% deserves to play for England. Mo, congratulations on winning. Congratulations. If you want to be like Mo, link in description below for match bingo. Congratulations, bro. This game is getting better. I respect it. I 100% respect it. Still haven't won. Me, which is... Gio has won. Gonzo has won. Tons of people in the live chat and Hammers Chat subscribers have won. Big Dog, Charlie, nah. Fuming. But Mo, if it was a choice between me winning and you winning, it would 100% you every time. Congratulations. Serbia getting forward, a rare opportunity. It's not a bad ball in. Good header from Gahey, who's had a decent game so far. And England just about panicking to get it away. It was always a little bit stretched and Serbia come away with the ball, but it was a nice cross into the box. But Mark Gahey, who's having a good game actually, that gets a good head onto it. I think he's doing well. 1-0, the most dangerous squad football, of course. Of course. Well, 1-0 is obviously more dangerous than 2-0, which is obviously more dangerous than 3-0. People say 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in football, but realistically, it's 100%. Well, the most dangerous scoreline is probably 0-0 or 1-1 because the other team can score and start winning, I guess. But, you know, when I called him earlier, he was at a charity swingers club. What? I mean, listen, why not? It's a Sunday. It's June. It's relatively nice weather. Why not? Fair play. Crossed into the box. Good hook away there from Jude Bellingham. It's going to be a throw into Serbia. Getting a little bit of pressure. Getting a little bit of pressure on. Couple of crosses into the box. Nothing too dangerous yet. The Serbian manager looks like every one of my uncles. Nothing too dangerous yet. But again, with those two big boys in the box, especially Mitrovic is very powerful. Not that Vlahovic isn't, to be fair, but Mitrovic, we know how big and strong he can be and bully defenders when he wants to. Vlahovic playing a little bit of a sort of slightly back roll, but if they do continue to get those crosses into the box, you can see how it would be a little bit concerning. But we're dealing with it relatively well. I'm going to check in a minute, Fresh. I should check in a second whether or not there is. Because I think there are, but I'm not entirely certain. Well, there is that, actually. 3-0 is the most scoreline specifically for West Ham. Whether or not that translates into England, we don't know. But for West Ham, that is 100% true, to be fair. To be fair. It was Mrs. Carpet my money. Well, congratulations to the missus then, because technically I'm backing her on this one, but congratulations to the missus. Good interception there from Declan Rice. That's what I'm talking about. That interceptions, man. He's so good at reading the game. I was listening to I can't remember what I was listening to. I was listening to some show a couple of days ago while I was away. I was lying in bed. I couldn't sleep properly one night, and I was just listening to, I can't remember who it was. I think maybe Gary Neville or those lot. I don't remember. I don't remember who it was, talking about England and talking about, you know, Declan Rice and being like, oh, I think we need just a more defensive midfielder, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, are you not watching? 25 quid entry and all the money goes to a local charity. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You got to respect it. Anything for charity, in my opinion. Anything for charity. Serbia playing the ball around. Hooked forward, good control, good ball over the top as well. Nice touch into Vlahovic. He's got Mitrovic making some space, but I tell you what, Bellingham just gets inside, annoys him enough to force him into an error, and then Declan Rice can collect it away, and now Bellingham can charge forward. He's having a very strong game, Bellingham. And a beautiful pass down. He gets not injured, but fouled in the process. But he carries on. And Saka takes on his man and beats him with a little drop of the shoulder. And it's there was a little step over there involved. Takes his man, beats him, and the pullback is beautiful. And there's just no one there. It was such a nice opportunity. Bellingham's ball across. Saka does really well in the 1v1. Close. Cheers, Scott. Sleep well, my friend. Sleep well. And I'm sorry about the inevitable bad dreams you'll get about whatever dumb nonsense I'm talking about. In fact, talking of dreams, let's look for cheese quickly. Let's see if there's a... I will be 1 second. I don't think so. Just give me a sec. Let's see. Right, I have officially checked and I have confirmed we do have baby bells if necessary. If the chat feel it's necessary, baby bells are available. Ball out wide to Kostic on the left-hand side for Serbia, looking for the cross in. That's not bad for Vlahovic, just over the top of him. Declan Rice gets the header away. Looked almost like it was going to drop for a very dangerous position for a Serbia long shot, but doesn't. They recycle possession out wide to the right-hand side. They're into the corner quadrant, takes on Trippier, beats him. The pullback cross isn't great. Declan Rice with the interception is nice. And tries to steam out of the area with the ball. Ends up being... Oh, Bellingham does so well. Jude Bellingham. Jude bloody Bellingham. The run was awful, but Jude bloody Bellingham. He goes down again. And there's going to be a yellow card this time? For who? Bellingham or for... We'll have a look, but it was beautifully done by Bellingham to take it around. He's being grabbed all over, just drifts away and then charges forward. He does so well with it. The dribble at the end was a little bit wonky and ends up running into his man, but there is going to be a yellow card for Gudelj, is how I'm going to pronounce his name. Nemanja Gudelj. Again, who does he play for? I need to Google this because I keep asking. For taking out Bellingham again, they've very clearly been given the sort of instructions to go for Bellingham. There's been a lot of pulling of the shirt, a lot of rough challenges. They want to take him out of the game, but Bellingham is rising to the occasion beautifully so far. Good, who do you play for? Sevilla. There you go. That's who I think. There is a lot, you know. There is a lot going on. A lot. It's very rare that you see me without that, to be fair. Serbia left his legging. Yeah, they've very clearly been told to just have a pop at Jude Bellingham, and it's what you should do. Oh, that's a rough one. That's a big rough one from Lukic. And the referee waves advantage, but that's a big rough one. Came flying in on Declan Rice from behind. He's going to get pulled back. It might end up being a yellow card. Where England are playing the ball continuously anyway, but you might end up getting a yellow card. At some point, the referee's going to have to start clamping down on it, but yeah. For Lopetegui Sevilla, thank you very much, Fresh. I knew we faced him for some reason. And when I saw Sevilla, I realised who it would have been against and forgot it was our new manager. But there you go. Wide awake now, you massive flirt. I apologise, Scott. I apologise. My bad. And yes, well done to Mo's misses. Strongly agree. Strongly agree. Kostic is down, holding his ankle. Serbia player plays it out. 40 minutes into the game, we're going to get a significant stoppage here as Kostic is sat on the floor struggling. We're going to get some assistance for him. Hopefully he's okay. And not just because we might go back in for him again this summer. I don't think we will. We might do. He fits the mold. But yeah, Bellingham, what a game he's having so far today. Looking again at that replay of the goal, Saka does well, pulls the ball across, but that run from Bellingham is beautiful stuff. He risks it, he moves in, he just sees the run and charges in last second, diving header in front of the player, and it's beautifully done. So good. So good. I'm here for it. What I'm going to do while this treatment happens, let's try reset this. If I just go like this and go like this, everything will break for a second. That's fine. And then I come back and then I do that. Will that change anything? Doesn't look like it. What was I ever do it again? This is going to crash everything for a split second. Do this and then this. Nope, that timer is just going to stay wonky. Just going to stay annoyingly wonky. And I couldn't tell you why. But we're just going to have to deal with it, I guess. He's the one that cleaned it off the line to stop. Oh! Fresh! That's why his name would be stuck in my head. Because I also had in my head that he played well, but I couldn't remember it for the life of me. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Thank you, Fresh. Excellent intel. Coming in strong. Kostic looks like he's going to be okay, by the way. He's back up and having some water. We'll get involved with water. If I say that, it looked like he was going to come back on, but I think they're preparing a sub here. They seem to be preparing a sub anyway. But yeah, thank you, Fresh. That's excellent intel. That is excellent intel. Big boot forward. Mitrovic battling for it. Not Mitrovic. I don't even know who that is battling for it. Milinkovic-Savic, maybe. Not sure. So Serbia are going to make their change. Tofa says Serbia can nick a 1-1 here. Kostic going off. He doesn't look happy. You got to feel sorry for him. I mean, listen, he's the opposition. There's been a lot of fouling and all that sort of stuff going on. But you do have to some extent feel a little bit sorry for him, given the fact it's not exactly a situation that you'd ever want to represent your country and to go off in the opening game in the first half injured. And you never know how long that's going to affect him. Will he be out for the rest of the tournament, for example? You don't want that. You don't want to. Mladenovic is coming on in his place. Straight swap. It's making me think of Mladen. What was his name? Petric? Mladen Petric. Was that his name? Mladen Petric. Yeah. The one we had for a while. Yeah. I don't know why that came into my brain. Who did he play for? Croatia. It's Croatia. But yeah, he's coming on there. Serbia can nick a 1-1. Yeah, they definitely have the ability to. They have the strikers too. Kostic is a blow for them because he's so good. Especially in a situation when you hit him on a counter-attack. You play the 5 at the back, which suits him perfectly. He can stream forward and get those crosses in to the likes of Mitrovic and Vlahovic. They are dangerous. It's not an easy thing to do by any stretch of imagination. Having said all of that, though, if you asked me who was going to score here next, I would say England. But they very easily could nick it. It's going to be from an England mistake. That's kind of how I feel as well at the moment, Herbie. Again, that could change, but for now, it definitely does feel that way. Saka does well just to keep possession of the ball. He's going backwards with it, but just to keep possession. Big punt forward from John Stones. Chested down. Serbia are doing well here. It's probably the best spell they've had. They play it back. Oh, it's a bit of a rogue pass from their goalkeeper. And it's only put them under more pressure from the press. Again, just got to make sure we stay on them in this moment. Declan Rice stepping forward, trying to get in on them. Just don't let them play it around, which we have inevitably let them do. You can only stop them so much, can't you? Zitkovic plays it inwards. That's really, really nice done. Gudel is how the commentator just mentioned his name, so that's how we're going to do. Gudel. I have thoughts sometimes, therefore I am. The dinking, it was a nice idea from Serbic with Vlahovic, just gets the timing wrong, and it's going to be 2 minutes of stoppage time added on the end of the first half. Rory McIlroy never really... bearing in mind, I fell out of golf a long time ago, about the time Rory McIlroy was first breaking through and doing really well. Correct me if I'm wrong, never seemed like he hit the potential he maybe had when he was younger, but still is very good. Correct me if I'm wrong. My main knowledge comes from Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004 on the PlayStation 2. I can't lie, but like it feels like he never really kept it up in the way that he could have maybe. Little flick around behind. Alexander Arnold's trying to stop it. Thankfully, Serbia, a bunch of their players run into each other. Free kick against Trent. Take quickly from Serbia. It was a nice idea, but they end up running into a white-shirted wall. A minute left of this. I will answer that question soon, Scott. Correct. One shot behind now. Bellingham carrying England, Foden in his pants. Bellingham's so good, Trojan, isn't he? He's just so bloody good. He's just incredible. He's just so flipping good. Play that wide, digged across, ball over the box. Oh my God, John Stones. Ooh, flipping heck. Flipping heck. You know how we said it feels like Serbia could score from an England mistake? The cross gets played in from the right-hand side. Zitkovic, I think, is the one who plays it in. And then John Stones trying to spin volley it away. Gets confused. It clicks and clacks off him. And it ends up going out for a Serbia corner, thankfully, because there was a moment there where it looked like they could nip in there and get it quickly. But here's going to be the corner. Stoppage time is over once this corner happens. Whipped in towards the box. Can't beat the first man. Bellingham gets the touch on him. It's a really bad corner. They might get a second chance here, though. They take a little bit too long with it. And there's the half-time. 1-0 to England. Half-time, 1-0 to England. And I can't act like I'm too upset with it. It was always going to be difficult. And when Serbia was sitting deep and the answer comes to us, it comes to us to answer that question, how do we break them down? That was always going to be a struggle for us because, you know, under Southgate, it's just not our deal. We're very good when it comes to the sort of defensive, counter-attacking, all of that stuff is good. But when it comes specifically to breaking teams down, despite having such unbelievable talent as Bellingham, Foden, blah blah blah, I don't need to list them. It always felt like we've struggled a little bit with that side of the game, and it has somewhat come to pass again today. Serbia very comfortable to let us have the possession and to force us into those wide positions to try and get the crosses in. The one thing I will say is their left-sided centre back and Kostic as well, scared of Saka to an extent. We've seen him get the joy, and the goal comes directly for that. Little drop of the shoulder, runs it to the byline, pulls the ball back across, the defender sliding along to try and get the block, bounces off the back of his heels up into the box, and Jude Bellingham, who started the move with absolutely beautiful movement, risks it, finds the exact right time, Kevin Nolan-esque, right place, right time, dives in, gets his head onto it, bang, 1-0. But there do remain that question of how we break these sides down, and that was why I was so comfortable with us playing Trent in that deeper role next to Declan Rice to sort of allow us to keep possession of the ball and really try and work that. And it's, again, at times it has worked, at other times it hasn't. We've almost looked more dangerous on the counter-attack than we have in big possession. But it does feel like if anyone was going to score for the majority of that half, apart from maybe the last 10 minutes, it was 100% going to be England. And then as that sort of second half rumbled on, that last 10 minutes, Serbia got a little bit more into the game, found their rhythm a little bit more, started creeping opportunities here and there. And as someone said in the chat, it felt like there was two things that were said in chat that were 100%. One, that if they were going to score, it felt like it would probably come from an England mistake, and there was a little bit of a scary moment with John Stones there. But two, they could also nick it, and there is definitely something there. Obviously, as long as it stays 1-0, one goal is a big difference, but also that we don't feel defensively completely comfortable enough to be able to sit here and go, we're good with that. We're good with that. We can deal with that. And that is those moments, those little transitional things, those little things that are still a concern. And I think we have to figure that out. And it's not going to happen now, but we do have to sort of find the way to work that. I think Gay at centre-back's having a really strong game. I think he's having a strong game. I think the star performer very obviously is Jude Bellingham, not only because of his goal, but Serbia are all over him. They're all over him. They can't deal with him. He's dropping deep. He's getting involved with play that's allowing Phil Foden to drift in from that left-hand side into those central spaces, but at the same time, getting solidly forward, finding gaps. I mean, he's just been brilliant. And Serbia are trying their hardest to stop him every single time he's getting anywhere near it. They're grabbing at him. They're nibbling at him. And you can see them getting more frustrated with him. And him sort of rising to that challenge quite well. It doesn't feel like he's getting too frustrated right now. We had that moment before Kostic went off where him and Kostic sort of came chest to chest. He was geeing the crowd up, sort of chests him, and then as Kostic comes back to have a go at him, just sort of walks away. And I think that's the beautiful thing about Jude Bellingham's career and where he is right now after having such an incredible season with Real Madrid and playing in those big moments. If he was playing for a different club in a different scenario, maybe those scenarios where someone steps to him and tries to get him to be aggravated, maybe he'd be more affected by that. He's playing for Real Madrid. He's playing in Champions League finals. These are the things that help him get that experience. So when Kostic does come back at him, and again, Serbia do want to aggravate him. They do want to set him off. They do want to try and get him off his game on yellow cards because he is being so impactful deeper in the pitch as well as further forward. He's not rising to that, and that's really, really nice to see. But we do still need a second goal, and I'm confident it would be us. If you asked me right now to put money on it, I don't bet. The only betting I do is with Match Bingo, our match sponsor, which you should get in the description below. Because it's not really betting, so I can understand it. Betting is scary and I don't understand it. But if you were to ask me to put money on who would score next, I would say it would be England. But as was correctly pulled up in the chat, they could very easily nick it here. Serbia could nick a goal here. Again, Kostic going off is a big loss for them. He is very, very effective at what he does. But I can't act like there haven't been singular little moments where it feels like they could have got in had it dropped a little bit differently. And those are the moments where, we're going to need a little bit better. And also transitionally, I want to see us transition way quicker than we are right now. We're getting a little bit too comfortable passing it around in the centre circle because we've got so many players who are very good at doing that. What I want to see from Trent, I want to see him playing that quarterback role when he's getting the ball, playing big long balls out towards the likes of Foden on the left or Saka, especially on the right. I want to see maybe towards Harry Kane as well. I want to see us really transitioning as fast as we can. Let's not let them settle defensively and let's get in there. And I'm comfortable with this. like I say, not a great performance by any stretch of the imagination. For example, when it was called a meh performance from Scott, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with him there. But for me personally, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. We just need that little bit more, and that little bit more, that will come. I'm confident it will come, but we'll have to see how it goes first. Not from Scott, from James. James was the one who said, man, good to see you, James. I hope you're well. But let me know how you feel in the chat below, of course. Let's go through some comments at halftime. While you do that, Match Bingo are our sponsors throughout the Euros. They've been absolutely wonderful to us, if I'm being honest. Super, super kind to us. And you can help us out by using the link in the description below. It's a betting/bingo app on your phone. Cards cost £2, and then you can see all of the events that happen. It's exactly like bingo. So for example, 5 subs, someone in the chat has 5 subs for England. If England make that 5 subs, it will instantly get ticked off. You complete 1 line, you get money. You get 2 lines, you get money. You get full house, you get even more money. It's a beautifully simple way to bet, but it is betting, so only 18 plus is allowed. It costs £2 a card. It's the only betting I've ever done in my life, because it's the only one I really understand, if I'm being honest with you. But it is very, very simple to understand, and the link in the description below helps us out if you're going to try it out. We'd much appreciate it, as they will be with us for all of the Euros. And Mo won. Mo in the chat won. I don't know if Mo is still here, but Mo in the chat won today. So congratulations to Mo, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Technically, Mo's missus won. It was her card, but it was money. So congratulations to Mo's missus more specifically. But we have already had a winner in the chat today. Anyway, let's look at your comments at halftime. Bellingham determined to impose himself. Foden mopes around. I would disagree with the mopes around. Again, I got very frustrated when we faced Manchester City with Phil Foden. I wouldn't describe it as moping around necessarily in this game, but you can see the sort of differences in roles, and I'm happy that the differences are what they are. It sort of lessens Phil Foden a bit, but ultimately one of those 2 players out of Bellingham and Foden is gonna have to have their game stifled a little bit. And if you're going to stifle one of them, it would be Foden for me, because Bellingham is so good, and like you say, imposing himself today. He's doing absolutely brilliantly. He's dropping deep, he's getting heavily involved, he's getting forward into the right areas. Looking at the average formation here that the BBC are currently showing, and Saka very far forward on the right, which makes sense because you've got Trent, you've got Trippier, and you've got, well, not Trippier, you've got Walker on the right hand side, so it makes sense. But yeah, I think I wouldn't describe it as moping around, but I certainly also wouldn't say Kez is saying you take him off. I certainly don't think he's having a great game. There's been 1 or 2 flashes, again, moments where he got in. For example, there was that ball Bellingham played into him where it just didn't quite stick for him, and if it did, he would have had time in the box to have a shot. I think it's going to take time, but we'll see. I don't want to say the cliche Gerrard Lampard thing, but it certainly feels like there's certainly a mild level of that if you have to force them both into the team. And realistically, we don't really have any other outstanding left wing options, I guess. So it makes sense. I know Anthony Gordon's in the team. I'm not as convinced about Anthony Gordon as everyone else is, but that's a personal thing. Good moments, some iffy moments. Yeah, I think that's a fair point, Herpy. I think it's a fair reflection of the game. Certainly, yeah, I think that's a fair point way of putting it. A lot quicker than I said it. Let's be honest about it. I mean, I've got time to fill, I guess, but at the same time, a lot quicker than I said it. Where was it? Felix, West Ham players Antonio and Alvarez are going to play against each other on the 22nd in the America Cup. Not sure if any West Ham fans will follow that tournament. That is interesting. That is actually interesting. I'm going to have to look into that. What time of day it's on, for example, because I would like to watch it. I just like watching Alvarez, and I like watching Antonio in full flow. So actually, that could be a very fun game for me because they're 2 players I just like to watch. Kane Noise also offers nothing, then pops up with a penalty goal. Probably harsh. I think he is probably better than that, but at the same time, he is. Again, we're just infinitely sort of struggle with England, the Southgate system, and sort of we have this world class striker in Harry Kane, and in my books, he is one of, if not the best striker in the world. And we struggle to find the best use of him for England. But you can't really play anyone else because he's Harry bloody Kane. And you can copy and paste that for Phil Foden. You can copy and paste that a little bit across a lot of people. It's kind of annoying, if we're being honest. Waistcoat, harsh, but I don't think anyone else would really describe it as unfair. Describe it as unfair. Is there a way to check how many touches Kane has had? We can. I'll do that in the background, actually. I'll do that in the background. Let's do it here. While I do that, Bill saying Kane has had one touch. That might be just accurate. I might not need to do it in the background, to be fair. Saka done well, but Kostic is a winger. Yeah, I mean he's a wing back. He's a wing back. That is sort of his natural role as well. What he was playing. But again, they've gone for a free look. They've been bold, Serbia, to an extent, playing the system they went for. And I would be interested to see if they change anything in the second half. I'd struggle to know, but if they would change anything in the second half. But yeah, it's Kane's had 2 touches according to SofaScore, which is the one I check. But yeah, I think he's done well. I don't think the opposition. I'm not going to criticize him for the opposition he has to go up against, if you know what I mean. I think you can only play what's in front of you, and in European tournaments, some teams will just have weaker players in other positions. You know, look at us, world-class Bellingham, Foden, Kane, Rice, like these unbelievably good players. But at the same time, we have Trippier at left back. Not that Trippier's a bad player, but he's not a left back, you know. And you can say that for a couple of positions as well. There you go. Bill saying sorry, he's had 2 touches. Yeah, I had 2 on mine. 1 touch is Moyes' S striker tactics. Again, I think there's Joe Hart's here. Hello, Joe. Joe Hart looking a bit wham. Joe Hart looking very much like a golfer. Looking very much like a golfer. Yeah, like I say, we need to trying to figure out how to fit Harry Kane in the system. I don't know. It's all very difficult. It's going to be interesting once he leaves. It's going to be very, very interesting. Watch Southgate leaves what we do. Thank you, Scott. See you in a bit. What we end up doing with Kane, because it is just such an interesting idea. And what kind of tactics we go for. Because we do have a lot of incredible young players. Kane, not one of them. He's obviously on the older side now, which is depressing for me to say. But he is slightly on the older side. So there is going to be interest to see what we do there with the likes of, you know, how we build around your Sakas, your Fodens, your Bellinghams, your Rices. And Kane maybe will be seen as slightly a missed opportunity. I don't know. Foden, 4 goals in 34.5 games. World class, Miles. Harsh, Trojan. I think he's had a world class. Even if you don't think he's world class, he's had a world class season. I think that's fair to say. I don't think much of Trent Alexander-Arnold, to be honest. Basically playing 2 cams. I'd rather Bellingham next to Rice with Eze in front, says Bill. There's been a couple of talks about Trent as well. Troj here saying almost cost us, but he's done okay apart from that. Trent Alexander-Arnold useless, says usual suspect. Kane useless. Really nice watch. Thank you, Paul. That's very kind of you to say. Do generally find commentators a bit boring? I'm not. Listen, I wouldn't claim I'm any better than any commentator, be it a fellow watch-along doer or professionals. But I'll happily take the compliment. Thank you very much. I think with Trent, it's another interesting one. I wouldn't call him useless, but I haven't seen enough of what I want from Trent in this role yet. I think a lot of the passing has been a bit too predictable. Again, I want to see him playing that quarterback role when he does get the ball in deep positions. I want to see him turning and just absolutely levering it towards the likes of Saka, running in behind, maybe Foden if he's pushing that, maybe playing it long towards Harry Kane, who can maybe get a header, not to go with Sam Allardyce, but maybe header it down for Kevin Nolan / Jude Bellingham to run onto. There could be something happening there, but we haven't really seen that too much yet. And I think that's something I would like from. But again, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't think that's something we're going to pursue for the entire half. If we're being 100% honest, I think there will be a slight change at some point in that. Maybe I wasn't ready. They are there if necessary, Apache. They are there. Bellingham is doing work of 2 players, so hiding where the others are lacking. Yeah, I mean, Bellingham is having a very, very strong game. Again, there's been a lot of talk about how much pressure is being put on him, but he's having a very, very strong game. In grapes. Love that, Robert. Love that. Cesc remains very pretty. He does remain very pretty, to be fair. He's just a handsome man. You got to respect him. Not a great half. Trent Alexander-Arnold is poor. I think there's loads of midfielders that should be in front of him. I think for me, again, it's just a case of picking the player for the situation. When we play one of the top nations, I would put Adam Wharton in there, for example, for that defensive cover. In this game, I'm sort of okay with it. It looks like Serbia are going to make another sub, by the way. Ilic looks like he's going to come on. Bellingham coming across to talk, I think maybe Southgate or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like Ilic is going to be coming on for Serbia. Second half getting underway in a couple of minutes' time, or a few moments' time. There we go. Again, once more, congratulations to Mo, and more importantly, Mo's misses. Need more pacing behind. Everyone is dropping deep. They're finding it too easy to defend. Hammer roll, 100% agree with you. Or hammer rolly, I think your name is. 100% agree with you. Right, let's see. Ilic comes on for someone. Who's he coming on for? Oh, good out. Yellow card. Makes sense. Second half about to get underway. It's England 1, Serbia 0. Of course, 45 minutes to go. We'll be here the entire time. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like the video. We're aiming for 300 likes. Whether or not we hit it, we'll just vibe. We'll see what happens. But we do have 45 minutes to go. Come on, England. Let's go. Big up the Lions and that. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out our sponsors, Match Bingo. Lovely bingo betting app on your phone, 18 plus required, but more importantly, the link is in the description below, which would help us out massively if you could use it if you wanted to try out the game. £2 card, 18 plus required, because it is betting. Underway again, so that is the only change at halftime. Again, we'll see if this sort of significantly changes anything at all. Sort of trying to look at the vote so far. It is very comfortably where I thought the vote would be. There we go. My eye. Good to see you, Chad. Good to see you, Harry. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Serbia starting on the ball, passing it around. First half performance from Gaza since Bellingham there. I'd give him a 9. Yeah, I don't know where I would put him in the pantheon of great performances or anything yet. And I sadly don't remember really Gaza. I'm just too young for it. But he had a great performance. I would probably give him a 9 as well. My 9 got us twice as many assists as Trent in half. Listen. You say that, DC, like your nan wasn't out there pulling the strings. Playmaker extraordinaire. Foul from England there. Referee waves play on. He did it before the other way. I'm loving the Lidl adverts. I will say that. Good pressure. Phil Foden gets in there, nips it away. Bellingham, nice little stab outwards. Trippier cuts inside again. I would have liked that quarterbacking. Oh, Bellingham, beautiful ball. Nice first touch pass down from Saka. Trent just stopping there. I don't know. Kane looked to try and play the ball forward. It deflects off Kane. Kane goes to play the ball, deflects off the ref. It's going to be a drop ball. England are going to get it. It's a shame because the movement was swift. But yeah. I don't know, Trent, it's just not happening in the way I want it to right now. I do think the long-term option that Gareth Southgate probably has in mind is Gallagher. I do think that will probably be where it ends up playing out. We'll see though. Big hoof forward from the goalkeeper of Serbia. Walker battles for the header, loses out. Nice ball out to the left-hand side. They're going to try to counter-attack here. Serbia, they've got one on the overlap. They've got another on the underlap. He's found him. Try to flick it in towards Vlahovic. Can't quite make it work. Rice just cuts it quickly to Trent. He plays it quickly to Saka, who's ball into Kane. Doesn't quite work, but powered away. Phil Foden charging after it. Not going to quite make it happen. Zivkovic charging forward down the right-hand side for Serbia. He's got Mitrovic next to him. He just goes a little bit too far. And I tell you what, go gadget legs from Declan Rice again. Beautiful stuff. Oh, and that's a great ball out as well. Saka on the ball. Instantly bullied backwards. Tries to turn in. Can't quite manage it. The ball out. The idea to play the ball there just doesn't quite work out. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Phil. I wouldn't call him useless. I do think we're just not quite using him to the best of his ability. But if he gets a chance in the area, I'm fairly confident he'll take it still. That's probably what I should have said out loud. If I said doer, no, I'll stick by my guns. Watch along doer. We do watch alongs. Would I like to say host? Yeah, it makes me sound better, but we'll go with doer. We'll go with doer. Gay, Saka, Bellingham, decent. The rest of the bums. I think, again, I probably wouldn't be as harsh, but the three you've picked out would probably be the three highlights for me as well. I think Rice is having a good game as well, to be fair. Outside of that, Pickford looking for the long ball, asking a lot of Harry Kane there. Milenkovic, the Fiorentina centre back we were linked to a long time, obviously played against him in the final, just takes it out. I tell you what, he's going flying forward there. Who was that trying to get in there? I think it was Trent. Bellingham with the control lays it back. Gay, nice pass across to Walker. Be interested to see how long this goes on before subs start being considered from Southgate. Not that we necessarily need them or anything. Like I say, I'm still relatively comfortable, and this half hasn't changed too much. It looks a little bit. It's not quite the last 10 minutes of Serbia. They're looking a little bit better than the majority of the half, but not by enough to really worry me. But again, we're just struggling. Everything feels that little bit too stretched. Trent trying something in the centre of the park, loses out, and forward comes Serbia. To be fair to him, he charges back and does well to get back into position and stop that one from really getting into any significant position. Saka looks to try and beat his man. And tell you what, there's been two moments there where the Serbian number 2 goes 1v1 with Saka and beats him there. First time, he just sort of bullied him into a position to force him back. Second time, he literally stops him. I think he's done well there. Again, he's struggled all game against Saka, but he's done well. Give him that little bit of space. If Saka's 1v1 touch tight with him, then it becomes a problem. But if he's got the ball and he's having to sort of step towards him a little bit, giving him that positioning to sort of get into place, he's done relatively well there. Amy, good to see you. How are you? Hope you're well. I did like 3 different hand actions there. Didn't go well for me, but yeah. Bellingham does really well to keep the ball in there. Finds Declan Rice, who's just looking for some sort of pass. None of them happening. Huge hit forward. Again, asking Kane to chase onto it, which I'm not against, but Milenkovic does well enough to just stop that one from going forward. And it's back into the goalkeeper's hands. Rajkovic is how I'm going to pronounce it. I would take off Trent. I think I would take off Trent at this point. I was okay with starting him. Like I said, I wanted to see him sort of playing that quarterback role, but it's just not happening. And we're getting into positions where he's controlling the ball and he's not really adding much to it. I don't know who I would bring on for him. Oh, that's a nice turn from Vlahovic. Flies it across. Jesus Christ, that was close. And thankfully, no one's there. Little bit lackadaisical play out as well from England. And the number 2 storms in, looks to try and hit it. Instead, doesn't. Lands at the feet of Mitrovic. Tries to find a bit of space, and the dinking was a nice idea, but no one else read it, and it goes right through to Pickford. Serbia looking really strong right now. Finding those moments, and again, Trent's just not helping in that scenario. There's been 1 or 2 moments where he gets the ball, and the passes he's making aren't difficult. None of the free kicks he's taken have been impressive enough to really do anything. I would probably take him off. Not sure who for. In fact, I'll look at the subs. I'll have them rolled across the bottom of the screen now. Those are the England subs. Ramsdale's apparently. Henderson, Shaw, Conser, Dunk, Gomez, Gallagher, Wharton, Mainu, Gordon, Bowen, Eze, Palmer, Tony, Watkins. I would probably bring on Wharton or Mainu personally. Don't know who for. That's my personal idea, but I do think Trent's not really adding anything for us. And I think you can see, like Serbia, Kez saying Serbia come out a lot better at this point. It's 100% true. And I think maybe Gallagher as well. DC saying bring on Gallagher for the dog chasing a balloon energy. Not a bad idea. Because I just don't think he's doing anything. Amy saying agree with taking Trent off. I just don't think he's doing anything that impressive right now. And if he's not doing anything that other players couldn't do, and I think any of the players who are on the bench could do what Trent is providing right now, but also be better defensively. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. change him out, allow Bellingham ball through from Serbia's paw and it goes out. Just shore up the defense. Just shore up the defense of the center a little bit, forcing Serbia into those wide positions, allowing the sort of likes of maybe Bellingham and Foden and Saka specifically to just cook that a little bit more. Pickford to take the long goal kick. Big boot forward. Looking for Harry Kane. Milenkovic just has Kane's. It's just having Kane's number today. Those long balls are trying to go towards him every single time Milenkovic is winning. It's just not quite happening for Kane in that sense. Take off Trent, move Foden inside next to Rice and put Gordon on the left. England wobbling, says Troge. Vernon, good to see you, by the way. Richard, good to see you. I take him off and put Bowen on the left. He can shoot and cross with either foot. Give some width and fight. We rely too much on flair players. It's an interesting idea. My concern about putting someone next to Rice who isn't super defensively sound. But Trent, that's what I want from him. Look at that for the ball. That's what I want from him. Sorry, that might be loud on the mic. Just a beautiful quarterback, big crossfield diag. That's what we've needed from him this entire time. He's just not pulled the trigger on it often enough. Goes for a shot from range, just pumped away from the goalkeeper, just punched. England doing a little bit better here. Saka lays it into the path of Bellingham. Does well to control it away. Trippier. Rice, nice ball out wide to Walker. No, to Alexander-Arnold who pulls it back. Bellingham in the area goes down way too easily. And he's frustrated at the fact he did it. He's very frustrated at the fact he did it. It was a beautiful moment there, a beautiful opportunity. That's the one time Trent has come alive. A wonderful crossfield diag. Again, Serbia just getting a little bit too tight to him, making him forced to hit close control things in simple passes instead of being able to really pull the trigger on those long passing. That long passing he can do. And again, beautiful crossfield pass and gets forward into a good crossing position. Ball ends up finding to him. He plays the ball nicely into Bellingham and it's just a split second, a moment there from England. Really the first 1.5, 10 minutes in where we've had a decent chance. And it just doesn't quite work. Again, not enough to stop Trent from coming off. Let's be real about it. But much better. I think he heard. Wow, listen, Amy. I would never talk about how influential I am, but very clearly, you know what I mean. What was the poll result? I'll lob it in there. We asked what the result would be. Serbia win, draw, or England win. Just constantly have West Ham on my mind. What a distressing and depressing fact that is. 6% said Serbia win, 13% said draw, and 80% said England win. Not unsurprising. Like the video while you're down there, by the way, everyone, if you haven't already. Helps us out a huge amount. So we try to build up. Again, we're in a England videos, they just never do massively well or whatever in these scenarios. And so, if we get those likes coming in, and that'll hopefully push it out a little bit and get a bit more people around. Although, to be honest, I like chats where I can talk to everyone individually. So that helps out a little bit because, sometimes on the watch longs, it's a bit mad. Serbia definitely the better team in this second half. Does feel like we need to be a bit more proactive with the subs here. That's a nice little play down the left-hand side for Serbia. Jordan Pickford does well. And oh my God, Jesus Christ, that was close as all hell. And Mitrovic is down screaming. Pickford's asking him to get back up. It was a really nice play down the left-hand side from Serbia. And John Stones caught on his heels. The 25 does really well. Played across. And Trippier just sort of stands in front of, yeah, Mitrovic is asking for something quite pathetically there, but Trippier just comes across again. It's what some people would call 50-50. I would say no. And he goes down very clumsily there, Mitrovic. Don't get me wrong. I would have expected that to hurt. But the fact he literally gets straight back to his knees and starts asking for a pen and then goes down holding himself feels a little bit whatever. And now he's back up moving normally again. So, not entirely shocking. No check from VAR from the ref, I don't believe. Good block from John Stones. He gets caught the first time, but good block. Trippier, again, it's one of those ones where I would consider it a foul, but some people would say 50-50. Poor from John Stones, I think. A little bit of a moment where he gets caught out there. Trippier, again, caught out a little bit as well. Yeah, they're going to make a couple of changes here, Serbia. I can see Tadic is one of them coming on. Southampton, former Southampton player, of course. Ajax captain for a long time. Done really well there. Jovic also coming on. So Mitrovic is going to come off and Tadic is going to come on in his place. And Luka Jovic, we would, of course, know him because of his time playing with Haller up front at Frankfurt, also coming on. I'd be interested who for. Maybe Vlahovic? No. So for whoever 22 is, I'm not sure. But Mitrovic is one coming off. So I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of okay with. Lukic for Jovic. They're going for it, Serbia. I mean, you're taking off a midfielder, bringing on Tadic, who's very attacking. Bringing on another striker for Jovic. In Jovic, who's a different prospect to Mitrovic. They're not sitting for it. And again, we have still done anything yet, which is a bit concerning. Playing out from the back here, or at least trying to. A bit of dodgy passing there between Gahey and Pickford. Big ball forward for Kane, who does well to finally get the control. Goes down the middle, and it's going to be a free kick to us. Again, they're going to be very happy with that, Serbia. They won't mind giving away a free kick there. Allows them to reset. Not something super keen on. Yeah, more than a bit, Kez. I can't lie to you. More than a bit. Foden needs replacing. I would definitely sub Trent. Foden, it's difficult to argue taking him off, but I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it. Don't really know how to free kick to Serbia, but there we go. No subs, boring, cautious football. Southgate has to be related to Moyes somehow. Can someone tell Southgate you're allowed subs? Yeah. Southgate going to get outmaneuvered. There are mistakes there. There are definitely mistakes. We need less Man City players used to the Pep system like Stones and Foden. Get more Hammers and Villa players in the team. Yeah, just lob. Who else could we have? I don't know. Paquetá can seemingly do what he wants at the moment, so screw it. Get him there. Get him in. Get him in. I heard there's a young Brazilian. Let's naturalize him real quick. That one was Guilherme I was talking about as opposed to Paquetá, but still. Again, it's very concerning and sort of wobbly and squeaky, but we are in the lead, so it does. Serbia do have to figure something out more than we do, but it's not filling you with confidence, is it? It's not filling you with confidence. It is incredible how that works, Stephen. It is actually incredible. We've got 5 minutes by that logic, and it wouldn't surprise me. 2 lines claimed. Oh, 2 lines. Oh, Serbia trying to get in behind. Cross comes in over the top of everyone. Headed back across the box. Jovic was there. Header away happens, and it's going to be a thread Serbia on the far side, right-hand side, deeper than they'd want it to be. But yeah, if someone in the chat, congratulations, it might be in order for the chat, maybe. 2 lines. Mo, we've already had 1 winner from the chat today, and Mo on Match Bingo, link in the description below. App available on your phone. Betting Bingo app, lovely stuff, supporting us for the Euros. Link in the description below. Big ball over the top. Foden gets control and then just punts it clear, and there's no one there. Stress. But if anyone in the chat has won 2 lines, congratulations. I know. There's certain rules, like for example with the goals. Instead of it just being a goal has to happen on the 6th minute, it could be the 6th and the 7th. So it's even easier to win during the Euros. So get involved if you haven't. Get earthy on the plane. Why not? Why not at this beat, right? Whipped into the box, Stones touch and then cleared away from Trent again. Foden loses out on a header. Oh, Rice dives in, doesn't quite work out. Oh, Jovic was almost through. Ball got played into him. He just couldn't quite get the control. Foden loses out on the head. Trippier storms out, misses it. Declan Rice charges across, slides in, misses it. And then Tadic looking in for Jovic, who just can't quite get the control. It's played in just that little bit too close to his feet. And it's going to play away. Pickford taking as long as possible. Time wasting here in the 66th minute from England. That's good control there from Harry Kane. Again, Milenkovic just holding him. I'll be honest with you. I think Milenkovic has had Kane's number a little bit today. Incredible player, Harry Kane, but just not quite working for him right now. If he gets a chance, he'll score, but Milenkovic just sort of had his number. Yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? He seems to be getting involved in it all. Why not? Why not? Rice finds Walker. Nice ball in towards Kane. Little layoff to Trent. Gonna be a corner. Gonna be a corner. This is very West Ham-like. Kevin saying Southgate is very similar to Moyes. It's like watching West Ham. Southgate's like more. Yeah, it's very West Hammy. It's very, very West Hammy. But look, ultimately, it's tournament football, right? We get the 1-0 wins all the way to the final. I don't really care. Right now, scared. Scared. But if we 1-0 win out to the final, I don't really care. But right now, scared. Trent to take the corner. Whips it in over the top, punched away from the goalkeeper. Bounces back out. England control, but a little bit deeper than you want. Foden lays it short to Trent. It's not a bad ball in. Kane can't quite get it. Or Stones, who stay forward, can't quite get there. Stones, not scones. That's a delicious snack. Bellingham does well against his man. Takes him one way, takes him the other. Just absolutely beats it. Illich, ball in, no. Bit too close to the goalkeeper who can collect it solidly. Yeah, they've been 3-5-2 since the beginning, but it feels like now with the changes, Serbia, they've got a lot more time on the ball. A lot more time on the ball. It was a patron who won it. Congratulations. Thank you, Gio. Whoever it was, congratulations on the patron to winning it. Whoever it was. Shout out. We had someone already win. We had Mo win the 1 line. We've had the 2 line winners. Match bingo, ladies and gentlemen. Link in the description below. Everyone wins apart from Charlie. You could be in with an opportunity as long as you're not me. Desmond, he just messaged. There you go. Thank you very much, Gio. Desmond on the Patreon, who was the person who won the 2 lines. Listen, everyone wins apart from Charlie. So as long as you're not called Charlie, get involved because you will win. You will win. No outball Foden is weakling. That does feel like a massive problem. Gallagher, who's going to be the one to come on for Trent. Yeah, like I said, something needed to happen earlier in that. And Gallagher, I'm not entirely shocked. Like I said, I felt like Gallagher's the thing that he's going to be aiming for with this side. I feel like what we're seeing with this exact lineup right now was the idea at the beginning of the tournament for Southgate. So I'm not entirely shocked that Gallagher's the one who comes on. We needed something. That dog chasing a balloon energy, as someone said in the chat at halftime. That's what we need right now. That's what Gallagher brings. I need a Tadic shot on target or Pavlovic, their left centre back, to be booked for a good evening, Bevo. Miss you anyone one day. Listen, if we could get the ball at all to Saka in the second half, at all, which I'm starting to doubt will happen. You could be on it. But he's having a great second half. The left centre back's having. If the left centre back's their number 2, he's having a great for second half. To be fair, so that might be a little bit of a stress one. That one. It is 20 minutes too late. But listen, it's happened now. I'm not going to complain too much, but it is 20 minutes too late. But when people complain, compare it to Moyes, not gonna. Ooh, Pickford comes out and punches it instead of collecting it, and it's hooked away from Saka. I'm not exactly gonna say the comparisons to Moyes are wrong. Bloody hell, Jordan Pickford. I mean, it ended up working out. I feel like there could have been a catch there, but he comes flying out and punches instead under a little bit of pressure, more from Stones more than anything. Bloody hell. Stress, pure stress, but he manages to get it away. Trent can't play CDM. Yeah, I wanted more from what he had today, Kevin. I can't lie to you. I wanted more, and it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Oh, Kane taken down again. Kane taken down again. No, listen, Robert. Okay, I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit. I don't know if Gio's still here, so he might not hear this, right? I had a long conversation with Gio before I went away about thumbnails, and I was saying to Gio, I sent Gio like a template thing, so he could start that sort of I used to build. I used a slightly different one, but to build the thumbnails. And I was like, you can do this, bro. You 100% can do this. And Gio's like, nah, I can't do it. And I'm like, bro, you've got the ability. You'll get there. Foden with the ball in, headed away. So I'm all for it. I want to see Gio flourish. I think he's got it in him. Oh, it's not a bad ball to the back post. Right, said it's a back across. Brief shout for handball, but it was the briefest you're ever going to see. See? And Gio will back me that I said this, that he would flourish. And he did that persuaded and protected one, the Brazil one with Paquetá and Guilherme. Mate, he's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook. I can see a charity haircut. If you're saying me, never. 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 I remember trying to get pressured into doing this once, and I said no, and I will continue to say no. I'll do a lot of things to charity. That, not one of them. Positive and negative so far from England. 33rd minute. Saka does well to bounce off that and keep possession of the ball. A lot of space. Let's get forward. Some tired legs out there. Bellingham's going to be one of those people who's had such an incredible long season, but there's going to be some tiredness to it. Don't let him settle. We've let him settle again. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Foden out wide to Trippier, back to Foden. Got a lot of people in and around that area right now. Back again. Lots of whistles coming now. Not sure who from, but a lot of whistles from the crowd as England sort of struggle to do anything. End up passing it around. Maybe trying to pull Serbia out of position a little bit. But they're being very, very disciplined right now. It was a nice idea from Bellingham to turn. Referee pulls it back. Foul against Tadic. It's probably correct, but it was a nice idea. Keep the hair. Thank you, Kez. I will. Until I inevitably get it cut at some point. Zikovic off for Serbia, another sub for them. Biamensevic is how I'm going to pronounce it on. Apparently he's more attacking, so they seem to be going for it here, Serbia, which I would if I was in their position. Tadic does well to keep possession of the ball under pressure, but the pass is poor. Foden, go! Charge, Foden, charge! Bro, I'm saying that. I'm not a Foden guy. Charge with the ball, bro. You got this. Yellow card coming out for Tadic on the foul from Foden. He has this. If he has the ball there, collects it and drives with it, he can do it. But he's just, for some reason, he just... It's annoying. So, ooh, I just heard the word Bowen. Yeah, Tro's just said Bowen. Herpy, Bowen. David, Bowen. I just heard the word Bowen as well. Trippier looked like he was standing over the free kick facing backwards, which isn't a vibe. Jared Bowen is coming on. For Saka. Interesting. Not surprising, but interesting. We take it, though. Jared Bowen makes his way onto the pitch. Come on. Come on. Love a bit of Jared. Hard-working. Direct. Good on the counter-attack, which is what we're playing right now. We're playing counter-attacking football in this second half. There's no doubt about that. Not necessarily against that at all. Barely creating any chances. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Kez, and I can't lie to you. I mean, what have we created in the second half as the ball gets played around? Let's have a little look. Let's reset this. Down goes Gallagher. Free kick to England. Free kick to England. Second half. We have had... second half, we've had 2 shots. Apparently, they've had none. That can't be correct. They had no shots. That makes no sense to me. Ball to Jared Bowen. Plays it across with his right foot. Kane! Off the bar! Oh, Jared Bowen, first opportunity he gets. Puts it onto his weak foot. Dinks the ball across. And Harry Kane arriving at the back post. Gets his head onto it. And it's pushed onto the bar. Close, close, close. Doesn't quite work out. Jesus Christ, close. That can't be correct. 2 shots, really? Bowen does brilliantly, and Harry Kane, I tell you what, it's a good save. Just going backwards, pushes it up, hits it off the bar. It's all he can do. Rakovic. Close. Jared Bowen. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. Yeah, second half. Apparently, we've had 2 shots and they've had none, which doesn't feel correct to me. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's wrong. Who knows? So, I mean, the vibe. Instantly. Bowen. Bang. Look at that. Even Gio. Noted Scotsman. Even Gio. Should have been a goal. Should have been. 100% agree with everyone there. Should have been a goal. It's great save. Great save. Serbia come forward. Trippier gets the ball and Pickford sort of just boots it into no man's land. Harry Kane doing his best. Mikel Antonio impression, just charging around, trying to stop it. 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go. 1-0 still. Could have been 2 there. So close. Can someone else check, by the way? Can someone check if we've had 2 shots and they've had none in this second half? Because that's what I'm seeing, but I feel like that has to be wrong. Kane does well there. Foden, that's a terrible pass. That's a terrible pass from Phil Foden. Yeah, poor from Foden. Poor. It was just awful, wasn't it? Oh, and the centre-back, the left-back, this left centre-back, number 2, charged forward, but the ball is very poor from him. The ball is very poor. Bellingham finds Bowen. I think Trippier's down on the far side. Yeah, Gay's trying to attract attention as well. Kieran Trippier's down and Kyle Walker plays it out. That's going to be the end of Kieran Trippier's night. T-Bong, I'm kind of torn at the moment. I'm Scottish, but happy for Bowen getting picked for England squad. Fair. Very fair. Does brilliantly there. But listen, I respect you being anti-English in this sentiment. If you're Scottish, that's fine by me. I respect it, T-Bong. Hope you're well, by the way. And Harry Kane does well there as well. I mean, the header could be better, but he does well. But I mean, it's a great save, to be fair. We're looking at that chance again. I'll be interested to see who he takes Trippier off for. It feels like it's maybe too. Is it too soon for sure? Potentially, you could maybe put Joe Gomez on in that position. He's walking off Trippier, so I don't know if he's going to come back on. But you could maybe look at a situation where you put Gomez on. He seems to be moving okay though. He seems okay though. So there's the bench running across the bottom screen, obviously including the players who are there. Trippier stretching against the hoardings now. I think he's probably okay. If he can, as the commentator just said, if he can lob his leg up there and stretch like that, he's probably okay. Foden is shocking. Take Foden off. Foden and Trent have been terrible. I'm surprised Foden hasn't been subbed yet. I'm not necessarily shocked given the fact that it's Phil Foden. Trippier comes back on. I'm not entirely surprised, I guess, given it's Phil Foden, but at the same time, why is this a problem now? I just don't get what the problem is with this. That's something we're going to have to figure out. We're just going to have to leave it slightly wonky because I don't understand what the problem is. It's definitely weird. It's definitely weird, isn't it? Because it shouldn't be wrong. So why is it wrong? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out the border thing now. Both being played out of position. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you, Kevin, but at the same time, I think Trippier was an interesting experiment. It's not quite worked out in this sense. It is what it is. Foden, unfortunately, I think that is his position in this team. It's just where we're at. There's nowhere else for him to play. Oh my lord, a shot out of nowhere from, I think it was Vlahovic for Serbia, facing the wrong way, going backwards, hits her a fantastic shot. The ball was played forward. Headed down, bounces around, and Vlahovic running backwards, sideways, unleashes a great shot and a great save from Pickford to knock this one over. Brilliant shot. Brilliant shot. 8 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. It's going to be a corner to Serbia. Tadic to take it. Wide, of course, obviously Charlie on the left-hand side. Whips it in. Headed away. Bounces back across and flipping heck. One of the England players go down. Kane, the one who gets the block, and a load of people run across to celebrate him. It's going to be a free kick to England inside the box. Shot from range gets hit. Pickford was probably there, but Kane's the one who gets the block. It's Vlahovic again. Oh, no, this is the Vlahovic shot from before. And hand from Jordan Pickford. I've got no idea what's wrong with this border thing is stressing me out. McIlroy sharing the lead in US Open. Rob, was I right, by the way, Robert? Was I right in saying that he's just never really reached the potential that he showed at the beginning of his career? Trophies-wise. Tournament win-wise. I'm very intrigued. I know there's that golf documentary on Netflix, and I kind of want to watch it to try and get back into it. I can't lie. Go on, Bowen. Getting in there. You love to see it. Vlahovic thinking he should have got a free kick. Bowen just jumping in there, doing really well. Ball over the top was a bit far for him. And instead, a throw-in is happening under a little bit of pressure. It was smart to swap him and Saka, actually. Now, I think about it a little bit more. You have that moment where you have you have their left centre back who's done brilliantly on Saka in this second half, and just having someone different like Jarrod Bowen who is different to Saka, just giving him something different to think about, all of a sudden stops him being such an impactful player. You know, Bowen's on the right hand side. Richard, he came on like for like with Saka, who was starting on the right, so he's starting in his natural position on the right hand side, or playing on his natural position on the right hand side. I respect it, Jim. I respect it immensely. You've got it's international football. That's what we're here for. It's what we're here for. Brilliant ball from Pickford to Bowen. Good control. Lays it back towards Walker. Love that from Bowen. Starting to take charge as well. And the run he made was nice. It didn't end up getting picked up, but it was a nice run. Bellingham finds Kane, who's starting to drop deep a little bit. And I think I'm not necessarily against it right now. Gay here under a little bit of pressure from Vlahovic. It's going to be a throw into Serbia. Poor pass. Walker's going to collect it. Spin a little bit quicker. Kane again dropping deeper. Gets a free kick. I don't want him winning these free kicks in that position. Like as much as it's fine, I don't want him getting free kicks in those positions. The Serbia manager getting a yellow card, having a massive argument with the fourth official. You'll have to see it because it's just too slow. Mainu's going to be coming on for Bellingham here. Great game from Bellingham. Brilliant game from Bellingham. Obviously getting the goal, but I mean, he's just been the best player on the pitch, if we're being honest. Hasn't won as many majors as we thought, but he's killing it with the Race to Dubai competition. Won it more than any. Okay. Good info. Good intel. I want to get back into golf, man. You know? Just want to re-find it. England passing it around. 4 minutes plus stoppage time until 3 points are on the board. Kane looks leggy as hell. Sub him. Get Tony on. Wouldn't necessarily be against it. Kane charging forward. Rice somehow a free kick against Declan Rice. They're not sure how. It's all about the majors and he bowls it every time. Yeah, because I would have thought what the promise he showed at the beginning that we would have seen a lot more trophies from him. Mainu battling for the ball. Doesn't win the header, but wins the battle and England can come away with it. Phil Foden on the ball. Goes down. It's going to be a free kick. I don't want free kicks in this area. As good as it is, they're not picking up the yellows that we're going to be basically playing for, which we can't. And we're just allowing them opportunities to reset. And look, guess who have the ball now? Serbia. It's not what you want, man. I don't want to see us winning free kicks in these areas. If we want a free kick, it's got to be significantly further up the pitch than in the middle of the park. In the middle of the park is pointless. Pointless. Played out wide to the 25 and whips it into a dangerous position. It's a good header. John Stones. Harry Kane on the ball. Just heavy touch. And Serbia get the ball again. Nice little cut inside again from Mladenovic. I think is the one on the left. Oh, 25 shot from range from Serbia. High and wide for Milinkovic-Savic. It's silly. It's silly stuff, Herpy. It's light stuff that we shouldn't be seeing either. It's just not. It's just not necessary. He got cocky and said he was going to win it all. Fell flat. Fair. I'm going to start watching that documentary, I think. Again, I've got too many other shows going on right now, but I need to go back and watch it. If you ain't watching Interview with a Vampire, and you can put up with just hella gay vampire stuff, get involved. It's a banger. It's an absolute barnstormer. Gallagher on the ball. Not really seen too much of him since he's come on. Rice back to Gahey. England passing around at the back between the centre-backs and goalkeeper here. 1 minute to go plus stoppage time. Big ball forwards. Bowen gets the control. Gallagher back towards Walker. There's a lot of this going on from England players. Every time any England player touches the ball at any point right now, we're getting a lot of this sort of action. An indication from them, they know what time it is. Foden looking for the dink over the top, doesn't make it work. Throw into England. Win is a win. That's kind of where I'm at, Topher. Listen, a win is a win. It's tournament football. We take it, we learn from it. But it's one of those ones that you can't carry on from. 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's one of those things. Oh yeah, I guess the injury for Trippier and stuff. It's not necessarily something you can continue, but in tournament football, the win is all that matters. So a winning win. Gallagher finds Mainu. Just playing it around amongst Mainu, Gallagher, and Walker here. Just keep ball being played. 3.5 minutes left. Gallagher goes down. It's going to be a free kick. In that position, they were probably in a deep enough position where we just take the free kick, wasting time, I guess, is where we're at this stage. I would have liked for it to be more comfortable. Yeah, me too. I take it. I'm not complaining. Because it's only a matter of time before one of the tournament favourites, as we somehow are, gets an upset. But for now, we take it. Something Bellingham is like West Ham sub, like Alvarez, massive drop-off. You're not wrong, Trage. You're not wrong. I mean, that's going to be true, though, because he's just world-class. Gallagher goes down. Another free kick for England. How many fouls have they committed? Feels like a lot. Let's have a look. Again, it's saying... Oh, now it's saying they've had 3 shots and half and we've had 2. Okay, that makes sense. We have 5 shots and 3 of them were in the first half. 5 shots isn't exactly great, is it? Fouls. 18 compared to our 8. Yeah, that adds up. That adds up. There we go. We're back. Big ball forward from Rice, looking for Bowen. Former dream team right there. Milendovic. Can't pronounce his name. It throws it short. Big boot forward. Nodded down from John Stones. 2 more minutes to go and Serbia on a counter-attack. They've got a bit of space here. It's wide on the right-hand side. The crossing is bad. Trippier gets the block. Tadic on the ball. Try to find their way forward. Played out wide to the left-hand side. Mladenovic. Bowen gets the block. Bowen gets the block, even. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like the video. Serbia have shot from range blocked. We will, of course, be doing watch-alongs for every England game. And potentially a couple more as well if England end up going out. But for the final. Which, you know, we're winning it, so it's fine. But if that doesn't happen, we'll probably be doing some more as well. So make sure to come back, get involved in the live chat. It's been beautiful to see you all. And it's nice, unlike normal West Ham watch-alongs where there's just so much madness that we can have actual full conversations. It's quite nice. But make sure to return. And of course, check out our sponsor Match Bingo, link in the description below. Serbia looking to try and find the long crossfield diag. Nodded towards the box. Oh, flipping hell. Good header down, though, from whoever it was. Cleared away from England. Kane goes down. That's a free kick. Thank you very much. The Serbian bench fuming at that. But Milinkovic again just taking out Harry Kane. I mean, Milinkovic has had his number all game, but he can't complain about that one. He can't complain about it at all. 15 seconds to go. Jordan Pickford to take the free kick in England's half. Huge boot forward. Harry Kane loses out on a header to Milenkovic. Shock. Hooked away from Serbia, and there is the full-time whistle. We take it. We take it. Not exactly a vintage performance. Not going to go down in the annals of history by any stretch of the imagination. But a Jude Bellingham inspired performance in that first half is enough to see England through, despite a very wobbly second half. And we'll be back for the next game on the 20th, I believe it is, in a couple of days' time. We'll be live on this very channel for it. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like the video because it helps us out a whole bunch. Apart from that, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We massively appreciate it. Check out Match Bingo, link in the description below. And yeah, we will see you for the next England game. 1-0, top of the group. We take it. Stress, but we take it. Cheers, everyone. Bye.